You. Was good. Was good. Was good. Was good. We are live. We are live. Um, we're going to do. Usually I do the session at the end of the month. What I mean, you guys. But we're going to do the session today. Yo, what's up, She? What's going on, man? What's cracking, lagging? What's going down, man? What is going with you, She? Um, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sean? Sean is here. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? He was cracking lagging. Um, we're going to talk about this high value man thing from two different perspectives. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, but it's going to be the A side and the B side. We got our esteemed Jshine randoms here. We got Sean here, and we're going to have our other guest here. Is going to come in shortly. Cerulean. He's going to join us shortly, and they're going to come from both sides of the spectrum, and we're going to mix it in just a little bit. And I'm going to just bring in my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to wait for Cerulean. We're going to say what's up in the chat. What's up, Sheed? What's up, Oni? How y'all been doing? And then, if Sean and Cerulean don't mind, we're gonna open the panel up, to get other people's, 2 cents in it a little bit later on. Y'all stick around, twerk in the chat room if you may. But we're gonna talk about high value man is gonna be the builder versus the visionary. All right, this is a friendly, thing, and it was actually Jshine's idea about having this conversation, and we wanted to have it in these spaces where everybody could talk and have a conversation and agree to just disagree in certain cases. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just want to know how y'all doing. For me, for Sean, what's going on, bro?
Sorry, I'm sitting over here muted. What's up, boss? What's going
Let's
on?
go. Hey, what's cracking lagging, man? Shit.
Chilling, folk. Chilling, folk.
You know what I'm saying? We waiting on Cerulean come on through. You know what I mean?
Okay. We can wait. He can catch this L.
He catch the L. He catch the L. You know what I'm saying? We waiting on him.
Come on down, Professor.
Hey, where you at? So yeah, we was in the back cave. It was a nice conversation being brought up. So he said, we might as well take it to the streets since this is the thing that's popping right now.
So yeah, man. I see CRU was in the chat room. What's up, crew?
What's up, crew?
Oni? Is it how you pronounce it? Oni? Is it Oni or Onai or some bougie shit like that? Is it Oni? How you pronounce? Is it Oni? Just give me the thumbs up if I'm saying it right, sister.
Yeah.
Is it Oni or Ani? Give me 1 for Oni, 2 for Ani, and then give me I don't know what's the bougie sister for One.
There you go.
I be saying name was I don't know if I be pronouncing it right. Oh shit, Kels is in the house. What's up, cutie? What's up, beautiful? Oh, Oni. Okay, that's what's up, sis. We got that right. Homie, the brother of she's in here. Okay. All right. Well, let's see some more people show up real quick. Let me have this.
Yeah, get this.
We're gonna do some conflict resolution.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna fall on the sword. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna wait for us to real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Visionaries, man, they late. They like to be late, make grand.
Visionaries gotta wash their face and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta lotion up, we gotta put on some Jergens. All right, man. We wait.
You know what I'm saying? I got woken up for this. Let's go. It's 5 in the morning. Let's go. Like, look, the sun. Look, oh yeah, the sun just came up. Like the sun going over the clouds. Man, it looking nice outside. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Somebody call Cerulean. Call the visionary and see if you can vision this L. Come on.
All right, hold on. Let me check on him. Let me check on him. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, my brother.
Go. What's going down? What's going
my brother.
Down?
You're
you heard me here talking shit.
Man, great greetings to stage, gentlemen.
What's up, Saru?
Uh,
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this debate actually been a long time coming though.
Oh man. Got me up at 5 in the morning, waking me up. Like,
We got
yo, we got a debate.
a lot of misinformation in these YouTube screets.
I do not say I've never.
I've never.
I've never.
Oh god. You know, so I had to put that
I'll say, why I never. I say,
Yeah. You gotta start talking like a son gentleman. I've never. You do tell.
let me get y'all up here. Let's see. So we got Oni in the chat, you know what I'm saying? And we got crew. Hope you got that motherboard fixed, crew, you know what I'm saying? We got Rashid, you know what I'm saying, brother over here. Came up with Kuda Pad. I know you really wanted to get into it yesterday, Sheed, but you know, Kuda had to cut it short. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the grind for a minute, so you know, he said, hey, you know, get what you can and roll out. You know what I'm saying? We got Poetic Kells in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
oh yeah, salute to the chat, Lady Oni, Lady Kells, Paladin crew, hoorah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'll leave it to y'all gentlemen, man. Whenever y'all want to get into it, like, you know what I mean? I'll pull myself down and.
Well, no, you can, you can do it. You know, you can host this shit for a little bit. You can set this up.
You can lay the premise of what we're actually debating about.
You gonna throw the ball out and say go, man.
Hey, you know, like a gym teacher in a bad middle school, right?
Shit, we don't get no shot clock, no gun start, no nothing, huh?
Nothing. Well, for everybody that's watching, I know y'all been in these YouTube streets, and we've been hearing about this high value man argument, debate, or whatever. And let's give we gotta give it up to Kevin Samuels because he brought this to the forefront of YouTube, especially in our sector. So you know, you like to give credit to what credit is due. We don't like to take stuff and say it's ours and not even give credit to people, quoting people and throwing them underneath the bus the next day. But you know, he brought up this topic about the high value man and what it all entails. And from the perspective of all of us here, we have different perspectives, but we do have an intersecting line. And our brother in Jshine wanted to bring it up because, you know, he's been on a couple of panels. You know, I did egg him on to go on one of them, get up there, you know what I'm saying, to go on one of them. And from a man of means himself, and traveling the world, he's in Germany right now, you know, so I'm in Japan. Cerulean is in the United States. So you got people in different time zones, and these are, you know, three different men, and we all respect each other, and you know, we all have value in some type of way. And now, whether it's high value or not, that's up for us or society to decide. I'm married. I got kids. I'm happy. I'm not seeking any validation from nobody else, but really my family. And you know, and likewise for these gentlemen here. But you know,
No.
yeah.
Just point of order. Point of
Point
order.
order. Yeah. So
point of order, sir. I is not married, sir. I has
yeah.
never
Well,
been married, sir.
not married. No,
I've never had the pleasure of getting on my knees, sir.
You know what? Actually, to be honest with you, I did propose to my wife, but I was behind the wheel of a car. But so I was sitting down. She was sitting. I was sitting. You know what I'm saying? I was, you know what I mean? So I made a promise to her, and I, as a man, I kept my word. Like, it wasn't no grand thing. We got married at the Justice of the Peace down at the City Hall office in the courthouse. I remember that day because the nigga got.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I remember that day. I paid the man $50. He gave me my $25 change
You know what?
right on the
I'm gonna be
podium.
real talk. I almost married a chick off some shit like that.
Yeah.
This chick was like, yeah, she was like, she's really pushing, for the nuptials. And I was like, look, I'm trying to get a house. I'm trying to do this. Me and you just started seeing each other. I'm not thinking about marriage. She's like, I don't care about none of that. We can go right down to the courthouse. And I was like, what? I was like, you don't want the big show? You don't want none of that? She's like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just want to be married. I want to start a family. She almost won me right then and there. I almost wifed her. I was like, where did it make you? And she was serious.
Yeah, this
Dead
serious, man.
serious.
It's serious, man.
I almost leaked.
Hey, man.
Oh.
Look, look. like yeah, man.
Yeah, but then I figured out what was really going on. So,
Oh yeah, so you
yeah,
didn't,
which is a whole nother story.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, dudes make this a lot to be more complicated than what it is, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And it really isn't. But you know, back to what we said with this high value. So, who's going to be the A side and the B side? You know, we already know who the builder is. You know what I'm saying? Both men are builders, so all of us up here are builders in some sort of way.
I'll take the B side because
You take the B side.
I kind of like uphill battles. You know?
Oh, it's going to be one too, sir.
Y'all get twerking in the chat now. It's about to be on and popping, right? You know what I'm saying? So we got Jshine here. We got Cerulean. So Jshine's gonna go first. I ain't got no clocks or anything.
Nah,
You know
man,
what?
no
Fuck it.
clock,
We don't
man.
need that shit, man. We ain't
Ain't no
doing
clock,
that.
man. He can inject whenever you want to inject. We
Yeah,
good.
let's get
We
it.
good, man. So I'm comfortable. I'm in my home office. I ain't got to get out of here. You know what I mean? And I'm not bothering and waking nobody up. So anyway, so
Shots fired.
I can do what the fuck I want to
Fired.
do. You know what I mean? On some real masculine shit. But anyway,
Hold on,
it
wait
is
a minute,
what it
wait a minute. You telling me you in your home office in
is.
another country,
In another country.
nobody
Yeah.
reaching over you for like a
Nah,
peanut
man.
butter and jelly?
And back home in the States, I got a thing called a basement with a couple of doors and floors between me and mine. So I can do what the fuck I want to do. It's called paying the
Oh.
cost to be the boss.
Oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Can't get more high value than that. All right, go ahead, man.
It is what it fucking is. Man, but look, we was having this conversation about value, and the word high is an adjective, right? So like I was on Sister George panel the other day, and I tried to express that to everybody there. But I think what happens is people put a lot of extras on what they consider value, and a lot of it is, to me, emotional and or moral arguments.
Mhm.
Value is value. I kind of look at value like a dollar, a $5 bill. A $5 bill, whether it's brand new or it's crinkled up. It's $5 whether it's brand new or it has a piece of tape on it. You see what I'm saying? The value doesn't change when you put it in when you take it to the store. Um, Now that's how I look at things. You know what I mean? Adolf Hitler was an evil man, but he had value. We got wicked people every day who work on Wall Street and work in corporations, but they have value. So I think what a lot of people tend to get tentative is with the putting a dollar value on what they call high value. Does a high value man mean a man that makes money and that's it? And if he does make a lot of money, is he still valuable if he's not a good guy or a bad guy? And I don't think whether he's a good guy or a bad guy has anything to do with it. To me, yeah, at the base level, taking the word high off, just being a valuable man, um, means that you have the ability to take care of you and yours. So I don't care what level of the game you are, whether you are a bus driver, somebody in the service, shit. If you're a cheerleader throwing cheerleaders up in the air, whatever you do for a living, bro, you know, um, owe up to dudes who make a lot of money. On your level, you're valuable because you can take care of yours as long as you're responsible with your money. But when we start using the word high value, that's when we put value on a scale. All right, so I can be considered a high value man, but from my perception, this dude's way balling out crazy than I am. You know what I mean? This dude's doing it way bigger than me. So you know, that's what I'm saying. That high, now we put the word high on it. It's a scale. It becomes a scale. And Cerulean threw something at me, that had me thinking for a bit, and we had a back and forth in the chat, in the back chat, and he said something about I believe it was Henry Clark or somebody else, and he considered them high value, even though they died broke. And I said at the time, my gut reaction was, cause I don't think they belong in the conversation. You know what I mean? Because, everybody's not going to be a Henry Clark or Amos Wilson or a Joseph Benyamin or, Vince Cernima. You know what I mean? Those guys are anointed. They have a certain cause, and, but I put them in the artisan category. You know what I mean? Going to have certain people in societies that have certain purposes. But, and he came back at me, well, they provide this for society, and, and he's right to a certain extent. But I still think earning potential, men going out here building, getting paper, making money, situating themselves, grinding it out, gaining resources is what makes you valuable, and that's really my position on that. Again, the word high puts everything on a scale. And that shit could be interpreted differently. So a dude making $80,000 a year could be high valuable depending on where you live. Like, so if you live in fucking Oklahoma, nowhere, $80,000 can go a long way. But $8,000 ain't shit in New York City.
Nah, you middle.
So
you're above the poverty line.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. You mean? You and your girl got to both make 80 G's to survive in New York City. Hell, fuck New York City, Washington D.C. where I live at. You know what I mean? So, you have to go get it. People making six figures in Washington D.C. is like they growing trees. Because of the government's there. Contractors there, the military's there, all the agencies and departments of government is there. It's just a lot of money in that area. So a lot of jobs in that area, and just regular people with regular jobs, they making $6,000, $100,000 a year easy. That's starting pay for most jobs, and not most jobs, but a lot of jobs in DC. So it just depends where you are. So context matters in that extent. But I just think valuable men, are men who could produce and provide and protect for theirs. And when you put the word high on it, then that puts that on the scale. And then we have to be talking about income. We have to be talking about production at that point in time, what a high value man is. So I got the floor.
CJ, my entire problem with even placing a dollar figure on what is a high value man, or even what is a valuable man, because I think the man has value whether or not he has the dollar, because his earning potential is actually hinged on his internal drive. And that internal drive is what is going to be the determining factor on your earning potential. And because we're living in America, or we're living in the Western world, the Western Empire, that has told us that we need a dollar. We need dollars to provide for ours, right? And because we need those dollars, that man was valuable before he started earning those dollars. Now, how many dollars he earns is hinged on his internal drive. And not only hinged on his internal drive, but I think that that man would be that man whether he has dollars or not. Like, take for instance, if you ever see like people on the side of the road holding up signs like anything would help, right? You see them, a whole family out there. Does that man have any less value because he's on the side of the road?
Are you asking me a question?
No. I mean, it's a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Yeah.
because to that family, say you accidentally hit that man with your car.
Hmm.
Mm.
Is that family gonna miss that man? I suspect that they would,
Yeah.
which means that he was valuable, regardless of the fact that he was on the side of the road.
But that's where we disagree. Because then the word
Because he wouldn't
value.
been on the side of the road if he was a valuable man. I know what you're gonna
No,
say.
no, 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 no. I was going to say this. No, I was actually going to say something a little cuter. I was going to say, then the word value don't have no value.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say something slick like that. When you took my moment, but anyway.
I had to steal your thunder before you
Yeah,
came
yeah,
back at me with
yeah,
something I couldn't
because you know me
defend.
so well. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think he has value. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because his children, his people out on the street. You know what I mean? Look, it's kind of like this. I put it like this. I make it personal. I'm a proud girl dad. All right, I got a daughter. Okay, if my daughter ends up being, you know, a slut, bucket, twirling on a pole, don't respect nothing in life, acting like she got no morals, right?
Well,
Now, of
I would say
course,
you
those of
know him as
us
a
who raised.
father.
No, no, I'm just saying, but a lot of us know that we can't really always control how kids turn out, right? But even with that being the case, right? I still would say, yeah, I did the best I could, but my best still was not good enough. I didn't do a good enough job as a father. I failed. You know what I mean? I have to own that. That's just called, taking accountability, regardless of the situation. I'm responsible for that life being here. I raised that person. And if they turn out this way, I have to own that. You know what I mean? Even if I tried my best, my best just wasn't good enough. I probably didn't have the right parenting classes. I probably didn't have the right approach. I didn't know how to deal with this personality that came out of me, right? Because she did come out the sack of my balls. So I didn't know how to deal with this personality. This specific personality had
But
to,
see,
had to have a
but see,
certain type of person. I wasn't it, so I failed. I believe with my heart and soul that Larry Fishburne did the best he could to raise his daughter. You see what I'm saying? But he
but see,
still.
I would disagree, just on the premise that, um, even if your daughter did turn out like that, right?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Um, because we are men, we are predisposed to opposing environment. That's
Mm.
biological. That's our biological imperative. If we see something wrong with the environment, we either change it or we fix it.
Correct.
You see,
Hmm.
and if your daughter's out there doing that, then you have to examine what environmental conditions, despite having a father in her life like that, would convince her that this was a good career path.
I
And
get you.
we know, like, take for instance, Lawrence Fishburne's daughter.
Hmm.
Lawrence Fishburne, by Hollywood standards, he'd be considered a high value man.
Right.
He's an outstanding actor, but when we see, um, what his daughter was doing, as far as doing porno and all of that stuff, like, he was an excellent actor, but he was short on the father department.
Right.
You
Right.
see,
I think he would admit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and the
think he would
thing
admit that.
is that,
But you said something very important, though, Cerulean. There are societal factors, there are influences that we can't control, right? But understanding what that environment is, then you have to make adjustments. Let me give you an example. A lot of my female friends think I'm too strict with my daughter because I don't allow her to have social media. My daughter still don't have a Facebook page or Instagram.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
She's 17. All right. I told her when she get grown, she can do what she want to do. Why? Because I knew how social media was. All right.
Mm.
So I knew that shit wasn't good. And also, I grew up without it. So I know you can grow up without the shit. Well, my friends, I said, you see the motherfuckers in school every day. I don't want to hear it. See what I'm saying? So, they think like, well, you don't have to give your kids these things. These are parents who are giving in to social norms. I call them bad parents. That's
Mm.
my opinion. All right. Because if you know that there's dangers out there and you add the fact that your kid personality might be a certain way because you know your child, then you should know that's not for them. Now, if they're really, really mature, you know what I mean, in a certain kind of way, then maybe you might give them more leeway. You know what I mean? That's how we gauge our children. All children are not equal. You know, because they're different people and they mature different, at different times. There's some women who are very mature. My ex-girlfriend, when I was in high school, was very mature, way more mature, too mature for me. That's why I put her dick in the dirt. I wasn't ready for that kind of womanhood. I mean, she had that shit. She was tight at 17. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was not. I was coming up of age and feeling myself. I was like a nigga with superpowers. I can get pussy. I was like, I could fly. You know what I'm saying? So I was not ready for that. You know what I mean? And I put her dick in the dirt and fucked up that relationship. Now she landed on her feet. She got married and got 3 kids, and she's good to go. And we talk once a year. You know what I mean? So everything is cool. You know what I mean? But when you look back on life, though, and look at your own life as a child, you say, all right, these are the things that didn't work and did work, and what things went wrong. And then when you try to be a parent, you try to apply the same things. But at the end of the day, no matter how good I thought I did, right? So going back to the situation with the man on the street, I don't care what drive he has in him or how good he think he is. He failed, and he's not valuable because he failed to put his kids and his wife in shelter. They're on the street. So he failed. You know what I mean? They probably better off without him because when she go to that women's shelter, she can't take him in there. If she go get a Section 8, she can't have a man in there. So she probably better off without him.
Yeah, but on the same token, the environmental factors, right? Because even though we're told over and over by a certain sect of people that we live in a gynocracy. We in fact live in a type of patriarchy called plutocracy.
Correct.
And that man on the street, when I see that man on the street, I'm looking at a man who has completely been crushed by the economic status quo of the plutocracy. I'm looking at someone who's been disadvantaged. Now, if they're white, I pay it no mind because I look at it like you're just a waste of white skin because it's what your ancestors went pure savage for, right? But
yeah.
But if they're black, I understand the plight, right? Because blacks are the poorest Americans amongst all socioeconomic strata. Like we're the poorest billionaires, we're the poorest millionaires, we're the poorest upper middle class, and we're the poorest middle class, having only 2/3 of the wealth of your average, white counterpart who likely didn't graduate high school.
Correct.
No, so that's why we have to take the money completely out of it, because when you look at simply what happened during our Black Revolution or Civil Rights Movement, these are people that were penniless, and yet their vision was able to change the status quo, the dictates of white dominated society. I think that's opposing environment by its very definition, and they did it without having the money, right? Having the resources, because that's what they were fighting for. They were fighting for access to the money, the resources. I think that is a great deal more valuable because it puts others, this generation, for instance, into the position to where now they can be the 6-figure, the high value earners, and yada yada yada. So I think that the visionary is going to be on a much higher level. I mean, we even see this across all demographics, all land masses and all tribes. Who is the premier of every nation? The premier of every nation is whom? The preacher. What is the preacher? The preacher is the visionary. The preacher. Well, the hustler and the visionary have a lot in common in that sense when it comes to
I got you.
the religion, right?
Now, Now Kel's she said she had two comments, right? This is the first one. Kel's, because I asked this question, and I guess she asked her cousin, and she said, "My cousin said a high value man to her is someone who takes care of his household and his business, and you don't have to tell him or school him on how to be a man." And this is the continuation of that. He already knows what to do and what needs to be done as a man, and I
You
agree.
know what? I completely agree with that, esteemed lady, Poetic Kills. And in fact, I would say that your cousin is a very wise young woman. Uh, no, this is true because if we're going to determine value, I think that the best determinant marker for what a valuable man is how good of a father he is.
Hmm.
Because fathership really is the gateway to rulership.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I said that the other day on C Boogie's channel. I was saying, the highest, level for womanhood is motherhood, and the highest
mm,
level for manhood is fatherhood. And
right.
fatherhood doesn't mean you have to even have your own children. If you're just being a father figure, like
Yeah.
a coach, you know what I mean, or somebody in the community who a big brother, a mentor, you know what I mean, and somebody who's active in any child's life. But I got to push back against something that Cerulean said a minute ago. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah.
look, I don't mean to be cold hearted,
Uh
but I
oh.
gotta be. You know, I get the whole racial component. You know how I feel about what these crackers did to us, and I'm a high proponent for reparations, and that's the argument for reparations.
Mm,
Because when you all right, I put it like this: back in the day, people built their own houses. So even in a segregated South, black men, no matter how raggedy the house was, they still built their own houses. So they still had value to their family. They were still the builders and the people who fixed the stairs and put the
mm,
stove in, you know what I mean, and fixed the roof. And, even if they had to do it 3 times a week, because it was a shanty house, whatever kind of level house they had to put it together with their own hands. That's not how it works now in the world we live in now. We live in a modern world where we have companies who do the building and subdivisions created for housing and stuff like that. And now sure, you can buy some land and go build your house if you want to, but that's not how most people buy a house now. So in this economy, in this modern economy, this fiat economy, you need to get that fiat paper or you can get that credit. You know what I mean? So this is where you have to compete now. So back in
mm,
the day when you had to build a house, you had to have handyman skills. You had to have some strength with you. You couldn't be out of shape or unable to pick up the wood and put the nails in the board, and build your home and do the handyman work around your house. That's what men did. Back in the day, men didn't have all of these services that we have now. Most men were handymen. They went to work
mm,
every day and they still came home responsible for fixing up doors and whatever in the house. That was how it was back then. You know what I mean? They were all their own plumbers. They put their own toilets and they fixed their own pipes. Cause that's how it was in that day. In this day, you need credit. You need
mm,
fiat currency. You need to have some type of income that's deposited in your bank account every 2 weeks or a week or a month or whatever you get paid. What I mean, to cover your expenses to live or cover what it costs to live. So it's you're still responsible for sheltering your family, but you're not doing it if you're on a street corner, with a sign in your hand and your family's with you. That means you have failed. Now, I get if a black man is sitting there, he probably had more hurdles and things in his way, and it's probably things that could have happened to him along the way. And God knows the pressure of being a black man is hard. The shit we have to go through, especially those of us who are really in the actual workforce, those of us who actually go out in the world and compete against other men, we deal with the real shit, and it could drive you fucking crazy. It really, really
right.
could. You know what I mean? And if other things happen in your life, certain degrees here, certain degree left, certain degree right, you can fall on your face. You know what I mean? And be up in bad times and you can just quit. But at the end of the day, even with all of that being said, you still have no value. That's why I'm a proponent for reparations, because there is a big wealth gap, and that gap is growing and growing and growing because they're expanding the pie and they're creating number of millionaires. And like when Obama was in office, they created like 6 million more white millionaires. So it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. and we're gonna be depending more and more on the government, and it's gonna keep us in these pockets of black people where we really can't come up and do what we need to do. So we
But
need that
I
infusion of
disagree.
cash.
But I disagree because one, there's not a single corporation, there's not a single individual that's alive that doesn't depend on government. Like
Mhm.
when you look at the money in itself,
Mhm.
the value of which is determined by a government body,
Right.
and the value is only held by the might of the military.
Mhm.
So, and that's why you hear this, this air of support our troops, because people know where their strength really comes from. No military, no country. No military, no dollar, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so the military is a great deal more valuable than even the elites that have the control of distribution of money, higher value than those. And when you're looking at, for instance, the dating and mating, which is how this conversation even comes about, when you're looking at the various levels of man,
Mhm.
whenever it comes to dating and mating, the apex predator and that is the warrior.
Mm.
Right. So I think we actually have an intersection here, boss. Look, you just said something a minute ago. No military, no dollar value. That, there's plenty of countries around the world who have their own currency. It just ain't worth shit. All right, because they're not competing on a certain level. Now, there's other reasons why that's not happening, but being an American male, whether you black or not, you got to go out here and compete. You got to do the best you can. And if you telling me you can't even get, an apartment for your family, then you're not really competing at all. That means you're not even doing a sanitation job. You're not even doing, mail services. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You just not, to me, you're not valuable. And as a man, you got to get out of here and scrap. And if you're not valuable, you're not valuable. That means you lost. That
But
means you failed.
that's what the world of man is. It's a competition. That's what the world of patriarchy is. It's a constant competition for dominance.
Exactly.
And what that system has done, it has ground men into beef, right?
Mhm.
Into little chewable, small bite-sized edible pieces of meat. And,
Me
the reality of like the whole red pill thing is that what you see is a sector of men that are disappointed with that system, and it's funny because they're trying to blame this all on women, but they're really mad at men. And the reason why they're really mad at men is because they cannot compete. Because even in the dating market, those with the highest quote unquote sexual marketplace value as far as men go is the warrior.
Right.
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 There's nobody
So,
that has more
so my question for
valuable.
you, is, instead of holding up that sign, why you not holding up a gun? You see what I'm saying?
Well, now you see why the most dangerous motherfuckers in American society is that rural white Southern racist piece of crap with the gun in one hand and the Bible in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never hear Jim Bob. You notice you never hear Jim Bob complaining about not getting women.
He's not. He's not having this argument either about what's valuable and what's not valuable. He created his own value because he knows he owns this plot of land. This is his town, and you niggas need to get out here before sundown. He know that.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask y'all this because we're talking about this value thing, right? And because if you're looking at, because everybody's saying it's high value and stuff like that, and these talking points is actually like Jshine was talking about it. We was in the back chat. He brought up a great point that they're taking it from the female perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking the high value, like what high value actually means, and it's actually it's like I think a high value is relative in the market, right? So if I was to like we was in the military, we was all in the military, right? So when I was in Virginia, right? Coming from I joined the military because I wasn't a high value dude. Like, said I didn't have any resources, really. You know what I mean? And the resources that I did have, it wasn't sustainable. Let's just say the least from what I
But
was
see, that's
doing.
the thing, Dre. You had that drive that
Yeah.
says, I'm gonna do whatever I can to gain said resources. So you still were valuable because the internal drive is what actually encourages you to go into positions that you might not even want to go into.
But here's the problem
Right.
with that, Cerulean. I worked for, damn, I'm getting old, man. I've been working for 30 years, man. As an adult. Shit. I hate to say that shit on a live stream, but it's the fucking truth.
I'm
You
like,
know what I
well,
mean? And I worked with some lazy motherfuckers. Some made as
Man,
money than me, as much money than me, made more money than me. And they had value. So drive, you know what I mean? To me, it's all about what you produce. It's kind of like, what's that movie that fucking Riddick was, you keep what
Chronicles of
you,
Riddick.
yeah, you keep what you kill.
Kill with yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
Kill what you keep. Yeah, kill what
care
you
what you
keep.
keep. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, this is
Old
this is the
Spartan
world.
way.
This is the world we live. You know what I mean? And so drive can be. I know a lot of people who have drive, but if you don't apply it, if it doesn't manifest and doesn't produce anything, then it didn't have any value. You know what I mean? What I think you're saying, what you're saying to me, what it sounds to me, is you're illustrating potential.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Potential is potential, but potential doesn't. Value is yield. You know what I mean? I have to, it's manifested. You know what I mean? And like I said, when these cats get in these conversations about how value man, you know what I mean? What I was saying to you earlier, Dre, and Cerulean, is about they taking it from a female tilt because they're playing to the female crowd. You know what I mean? They're playing to what women want. You know what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is men are supposed to validate men. All right.
Yeah.
So the truth of the matter is anybody engaging in this, I don't care whose feelings this hurts, because you know how real I am. And whoever thinks this is real talk, it's not. It's simp talk. It's simp talk being shrouded as red pill talk. Because when you're sitting here talking to a crowd of women about what a high value man is, you're doing that to play with her. You're doing that to entertain her, to intrigue her. You know what I mean?
Isn't that what they pride themselves on? Is the game? The game is to be sold, not told.
Exactly.
They're doing the same thing that the preacher is doing, right?
Exactly.
How do you sell women this dream, this icon of what a man that you should desire be?
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of as they're giving you a low form of Jesus. All right. So, to be a good Christian woman and be saved. To get there and to be a saint.
According to the Bible story, Jesus was a broke nigga.
Yeah. I feel you in that. Look, man, so I'm gonna sit here and tell you what it takes to get a high value man. And all you have to really do is have a panel of high value men.
No.
We talking about show your work, right? So I should have a panel of high value men, living that life, you know what I'm saying? With being able to show that they have value. And they should be able to sit there and tell each other what they think is high value. And they just sit there and listen. But when I start, when I start engaging my audience and trying to entertain, that's about something else. All right. Men, we dictate the value of other men. That's how it works. There's a pecking order. All right. That's how our patriarchy works. What's weird to me is that a lot of these red pillars and black pillars, or whatever they call themselves today, they're all about patriarchy. They say they want to be patriarchs, but everything they do is playing to a female audience. Right.
It's actually everything that you hear coming from the red pill sector is actually against patriarchy.
Exactly. Yeah. In real patriarchy, we don't sit around and entertain the women. We sit around as men and just talk, and shit just gets done, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how it works in a patriarchy. We sit around as council of men. We argue, fight with each other. We disagree with each other. We come to terms. We make a deal. We compromise what we can, and we go out here and we build shit. Ain't nobody talk to any female about the Birds of Khalifa, where it was going to go, how big it was going to be, what it was going to look like. No female had input on that. Trust me. Right?
Like now, I'm gonna jump in here. I'm gonna jump in here, and I'm gonna bring this up here. I'm gonna read a comment from GK Sigma Supreme. And what he said is absolutely from a female perspective, Them dudes seem to live life from a female point of view anyway. Great point. Absolute simp talk. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I was trying to get with that, right? Is when I was, and I always bring up the military thing because I had to drive and whatever, but I got the potential to have a Rolls Royce, but I got this bus pass, right? And it wasn't cracking. So when I got in the military, and I thought, according to like, what I'm saying, y'all know this. You are E1, right? You up there working
Ain't
all
nothing.
hard, eat nothing, right? You up there working all hard and stuff, and then you get off work and you get your fit on and you try to get with the chicks and whatever. But what I realized is I started getting chicks, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything differently than what I was doing where I was at, right? Why I couldn't get this? And then I realized something. I have a value. Now I'm not high value, what I mean, from the men that I deal with, because you got officers and chiefs, you got dudes, they got money. You look at, what I mean, when we used to look at those, they used to put out your pay thing and used to find how much you gonna get paid the next paycheck. When they used to put it on the wall, right? But then they'll put like your name and then your last four of your social, and you would check your stuff, but you would look down because you knew somebody else that was in your division. You see how much he getting paid, and you like, man, I suck, right? But then when you go out into those neighborhoods, you start finding yourself in these neighborhoods, and $20 or $30 or $50 at the time of your little new used car that you got from the little lemon lot right outside the base. You know what I'm saying? You look like a superstar, but that's according to the men in the preview that you're in. They're looking at you like, all right, he got this, that, and the third. Now you're valid. Now the chicks might mess with you, but you don't get the respect because they're looking at the financial means. But if you come in there the right way, then if the dudes respect you and you get that validation from the men, now you don't just get the money, you just a cash register, but you get the respect from the female.
Can I say something real quick, Dre? You made a real good point, and let's let you know right now where we are in society. Everything is flipped.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes are rated by the women by how other women feel about them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of flipped. It used to be, when the guys respected that guy, that's the guy they bow down to. That's the guy they gave the ultimate respect to. Like, damn, everybody giving him props. Everybody, you come in the club, everybody, yo, what's up? Yo, and they tarting for you. They giving you a free drink. Like, he the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they still might do that to a certain extent. But right now, for the most part, you get love from women now. This is how shit flipped. And I'm about to go somewhere really ill with this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Y'all want some real game? I'm about to go somewhere ill.
Here it goes.
Now it's flipped where it's like, all right, well, he's that dude because all the other girls want to fuck him. So now he's validated by the girls, but it's only validation based on his sexuality. You know what I mean? It's not based on his earning potential. That's why there's a lot of augs out here getting pussy. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? All right. You know what I mean? For real. So even the term alpha doesn't even make sense nowadays. So let me go somewhere else with this. The real thing that I see going on here is a lot of game. Okay, there's a real big game being played right now. Because like a minute ago, I just said that the men are the ones who validate men. All right. And that's where it's supposed to be, in a real structure where the men are in the leadership. And you talking about these high value men. Here's the problem. Here's why this is really a carrot being dangled in front of the women. There are women out here who work with me.
Yeah.
Who make money like I make money. There are plenty of women, black women in government all over DC making six figures. They growing trees. Matter of fact, one of my homegirls run this Pentagon. She makes more than me, and she has my guns right now while I'm overseas. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my homies. My other homegirl who's been out here, who got my other gat, you know what I mean? Got one of my guns. She got my revolver. She works at the State Department. She's paid. She just bought a $600,000 house by herself. You see what I'm saying? So what's a high value man to her? So you see what I'm saying? It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not understanding that the landscape has changed. Going back to that guy who built his shack, right? That was also a time where women did Mika work, like sewing and washing clothes and babysitting and washing floors and shit. They didn't have any high value women at the time making real money. Now the game has changed. Since the 80s, the women have been black women I'm talking about, have been infused into the workforce. And they're coming up.
Mm.
There's black women out there clocking like you. So while we having, so now discussion about what a high value man is really upside down. If she's a broke chick, yeah, Jshine's a real high value man to her. But if she's a chick making money like I'm making money, am I a high value man to her? I might be a valuable man. I might be a good man. I might be a suitable man, but I'm a high value to her. No. Hell no. You see what I'm saying? Because she doesn't really need me. See, the thing about women, their nature is to be taken care of. All right? Is to be taken care of. And that's really what that carrot is. You want to find a man that can take care of you, girl. Yeah, you want to take that, and what you need. So you need to lose weight. You need to do this, that. You know what I mean? It's that kind of shit, right? But it's really game, because at the end of the day, what's happened with a lot of these sisters is that some of them are making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year on their own. So it is not a one size fit all. You can't really have this conversation out in the open. It should be a case by case basis. What are you looking for, sister? What do you want? You know what I mean? And then we got to unpack what's going on in her mind, and then maybe deal with her psychology, because maybe she got shit backwards. If you got it all already, why are you looking for somebody making more than you? See, that's a concept that was given to us a long time ago, with the man being on top and the woman being taken care of by the woman. But now we have feminism, we have equal rights, and women making money like men. So now what are we talking about? So maybe there is an argument for a woman that's clocking and to have a moral argument about value. You feel me? Versus money. But to me, as a man, just on a plain level as a man, you should be able to provide and to protect that. Does that mean you can't have a wife that makes as much money than you and more than you? I'm not having that conversation right now. I'm saying you have the ability to provide and protect. Because going back to that brother holding the sign on the side of the street with his family, that's not going to happen to me. I'm not sleeping on nobody's street. The economy fails me. The government fails me. Society fails me. I'm in somebody's house. Hey, understand me? I'm going to pick up a rifle. I'm not sleeping on shit. You know what I mean? As a man, if the society breaks down, we're gonna have to get it how we live.
The other thing, like, and this is what I'm saying. It's all about men, and that that brings it to the point of what both of you are saying, is that men validate other men when it comes to their high value, and it's all about circumstances or your environment, right? Like it's just like a house, right? Like if you in the hood.
I'm sorry, I meant to say that when I was talking. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, Dre. But my man hit it right, exactly, because she will always find a man. She'll find less men above her as she goes up this scale that they created a long time ago. This patriarchy scale for men. But then they got women out here now clocking the way we do. You look at the Obama administration. Look at all those women that worked in this organization. They made six figures.
Oh yeah,
shit to them.
Yeah,
That's why she over there with a zaddy, because she got to go to zaddy world.
Well, here's the issue: is you always hear, and you would hear this, and this is why I say this is the trick bag. This is like the snake oil, right? Like, pray to God, and He gonna find you a man. And if you come to church every day, well, you can't find a man if the man ain't in church. Like, if you're in church every day and the men ain't coming into church, then you ain't never gonna find a man.
I want a disclaimer. Point of order.
Right.
Disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I don't run from fights. I don't care about none of that shit. All right? Because if when I unplug from this YouTube shit, I'm going to sleep in this penthouse out in Turnstone in the mountains. All right? Ain't nothing going to change for me. Ain't nothing going to change for me. I don't care who offends. I'm not trying to attack anybody's platform. That's not the point. But there is an argument being had amongst the brothers and sisters. I'm giving my 2 cents. I'm never going to hide from the truth. The truth is a fucking truth. All right? Hey, I live in the real world, fam. I'm out here for real. I'm out here with I could tell you about women who are getting it for real. And I'm not just talking about black women. I'm talking about women, period. I just told you about the age girl the other day. I was on the phone with, I'm about to say her name, and she out here clocking. She working with us now in the acquisitions office. She making money. She going to Proctor Girl this weekend with her son. So what you gonna say to her? What you gonna say to her? What can you give her? This girl is going every 2 weeks. She's going somewhere with her son or with her girlfriends, somewhere fly in Europe. What you gonna say to her? What's a high value man to her? You see what I'm saying? So these are, if you asked her though, she probably just tell you, I want a good man who makes, he could stand on his own too. Just want somebody to love me and be with me. That probably that's all she wants. She's not even on the scale no more. Think about what's a high value man. This argument that's being had amongst black people of all people, circling back to what Cerulean said a minute ago, our situation, saying he doesn't care if he sees a white man out there holding a sign versus a brother. That's why it's really it's a nonsensical argument we having amongst black people. We don't, we have a situation we need to fix. So dangling this carrot in front of black women, you know what I mean? You need to find a man that can just hold his own, take care of his family if he needs to, right? The basic shit. And then build a family. Find somebody who loves you for you, someone who really fucks with you. That's what I tell any of my sisters. Find somebody who really I got 4 sisters. Find someone who fucks with you, got something going on for himself. You know what I mean? He don't have to be rich, none of that. He's got to be a hardworking brother, have that drive like Cerulean says, but he has to have value. That means he has to have some things already done. You know what I mean? He has to show me that, you know, he has earning potential, which means he's earned some money already. You know what I mean? That's all he has to show this brother over here. After that, you know, I sign off. I bless this union. You know what I mean? And that's how I run my family. My sisters FaceTime me and talk to me. You understand me? And that's the value I hold in my family amongst the women I'm around. You understand me? So that's what I mean. To be a valuable man, not a high value, just to be a valuable man, you have to be able to take care of you and yours. If you can't take care of you and yours, I'm sorry, you have no value. Now, Cerulean is going to say that's not true. That's bullshit, Jshine. I'm going to let him.
I'm not good. I'm actually not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I say like the reality is I think that the best determining factor for what a valuable man is how good of a father he is.
Okay.
You see, like, because you know my rhetoric. Abandonment is the original sin of all social decline.
Right. I agree.
So was he a valuable man if he abandons the family?
So he's saying if he's there holding the sign that he's not abandoning them, that says he's still valuable.
Hey, because what I'm saying is this: is he might be holding the sign today, but he might be driving a Benz tomorrow.
Okay, then he needs to go. This is all right. This is what I'm saying. I'm of mind of the minister. The minister told us in a lecture in his many speeches. You might have to search through it to find when he finally he actually said this, but he said to his people in the mosque, "Y'all don't deserve sex. You don't deserve one of these." He was pointing to the women in his mosque. Until you go out there and get what you got to get done. So what I'm saying is this. I'll give you an example. Let's take women off the table. My homeboys, right? So when I was fucked up, I was not doing too well financially. I disappeared. My homeboys Ciel and Freddie, Reddy, they couldn't find me. Where you been at, man? You ain't answering the phone like that. You ain't coming through no more. They had to come to my crib and find me, man. They came to the door. They was asking, you coming out? You going to do this? I'm fucked up. I don't have no money right now. I'm busted, man. I gotta get some shit popping, right? So I disappeared, and they came to the door one day and was like, "Yo, man, where you been? Yo, we going to what's the name? We going down to Var Beach. Man, you rolling with us?" I'm like, "Nah, man. Like, why not? Man, you ain't got nothing to do. It's a 4-day weekend, and we know you ain't got nowhere to go. What's going on?" And they stayed in my room and grilled me in my living room. And I'm like, "Nah, man. Look, I lost my job like a month and a half ago. Yeah." He was like, I was like, "Look, I ain't got no paper, man, so I ain't trying to roll nowhere." And they were like, "Man, fuck that, man. We got you, man. Why'd you just tell us that?" And then, my man, he never really say nothing. He be laughing. He be grinning at nigga. He proud, nigga. That's why nigga too proud. Yeah, he smoking his little beanie and shit. I'm like, "Man, look, man, y'all go ahead and have fun. Like, nah, you coming. Man, like, you coming, man. I got you." I said, already, I don't roll like that. Yo, dude, how many times you took care of me, man? That time you took me in your house when he had a domestic with his wife, I took him in, you know what I mean? When he had nowhere to stay because his wife was living on post. So, they threw shit at me like that. Like, you've been there for us. But I'm like, yeah, but this is fucking Virginia Beach. It's not like emergency. I mean, it was like, "Yo, man, fuck all that, man. We need you to come with us, man. This ship ain't gonna be shit without you, man. Because them niggas know how I am. We get on that yak, and this is a different thing." But anyway, the moral of the story is, if I'm fucked up, I'm not coming around. I'm gonna get my shit together.
There you go. Yeah.
I gotta let you go. That's what I said. That family's probably better off in the shelter or in the Section 8 house. You know what I mean? I get the love thing, but I gotta go out here, get what I got going, and then come back to my wife and say, "Hey, baby, I got a pop, and let's get up out the shelter. I got a crib. Let's go." You know what I mean? But I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
But yet you look at it, Jshine, like that was Black American culture.
Hmm.
All throughout the Great Depression, the Great Migration, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where men would say, "Lord, look, my family's better off without me right now."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go get that money. Yeah, you got to go get that job and send money back home. You know.
Then you got Gladys Knight singing, the Midnight Train to Georgia on you. But look, so but say over there with me is Mrs. Jones and stuff, and
Yeah.
then that's why we got all these dims over there running around,
Yeah,
right?
or they go up to Detroit and go to that club, let their hair down. They run into that light skinned chick and they forget about their family.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
sunshine.
they
And,
run into
and
a sunshine. It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. So,
Yeah.
but I'm
Sober.
like this whole
Finito.
like I said is like what I mean. And when I walk into these places, man, I deal with these guys. These guys thinking I've met dudes that are millionaires, right? Billionaires, and they lame.
Hmm.
They lame Sean, you in club industry, know what I'm saying, you got the concierge you got the VIP table,
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
the
I've
rich
seen them all. I
guys,
met dudes that own meat companies and shit. Yeah, no,
yeah,
no swag. Yeah,
no sweat. They come in there on Poindexter dudes, and they got all this money, and
hmm,
they with their friends. They done brought something that look like they cool, but they not because they didn't pay somebody to be a stylist for them for a night. And they
yeah,
come in there and they sit, and it's like five guys just sitting there. You know what I mean? Just with they bottle, and they angry, right? Because they done spent $10,000 on the VIP. They done they eyes are zonked out because they done did a line of coke before they came in. They done choked up on the bottle. They just sitting there angry, and because they thought that them being more than plus six figures, they would be high value, but they're not as high value as the 6'7" LeBron James basketball or football player that got all the chicks, and they want that, right? And
yeah,
what it is, and this is how probably me and Jay made our money is we sit in the hose, just
yeah.
pat them on the ass, go show
Exactly,
them a good time so they can get that
exactly,
money out of them, right?
exactly. You sit
And then
back in the cut and watch. Yeah,
yeah, and this is me, and this is the thing where high value, you know, what we consider high value today is not high value tomorrow. What we as men need to start talking about, if we're going to have this conversation for the younger generation or the guys that's in this space, let's not look at this from a female perspective. Let's look at this from a perspective of challenging the environment and knowing your pecking order in your communities and so forth. When I'm working in these spaces with these A-list people and all this other stuff, monetarily wise, I'm not a high value dude, right?
mhm,
But in my community, I'm that dude. When I walk around, I can go into any bar or club or deal with the club owner, or I can deal with anybody, what I mean, booking wise. And we have conversation. I get taken out all the time for brunches and stuff. And like, hey man, and I put down, no, I'm gonna put this on my company tab. Like, I got taxes, man. Let me get that receipt though. Like, they'll pay for lunch, but they'll take that receipt. Now let me get that for taxes. Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? But you understand your value. Men understand their value when they're dealing with other men. You understand. We all know this as men. You got that nigga that come around and everybody quiet and they look at him and
mhm.
he talking and everybody start to like kind of slide away from him a little bit. He don't got no value. Like it don't matter how much money he got. He got no value other than he the nigga that can't play basketball, but he got the basketball.
Right, right,
It's
right.
the last nigga to get picked on the team, and we got to pick you because he got the basketball. Like,
Yeah, I want to just respond to something that GK said in the chat room. You
yeah,
actually right. You know what I mean? It's incel mania. That's the other half of the audience. Because only an incel or a player wannabe would sit there and enjoy that content too. You see what I'm saying? You only there because the girls are there. And it's kind of like the church, and you or being at a concert and you like getting off on the entertainer entertaining your woman and watching her enjoy herself, and then you just part of it. You know, you come to the club and there's ballers in the club, and you stand around acting like you a baller just to pick off one and catch a straggler. You know what I mean? It's insomnia. You know, or what Maceo called nincels. Now, I thought I said that word first, but when I said nincels back last fall, because I said it before I heard him say it, but the bottom line is that when I said it, I just meant nigga incels, incel niggas. But he made it better. He had a better, Tony Maceo had as a better terminology for nincels. Nincels, he said, are nearly incels. These are cats that get ass from time to time, but they're nearly incels. They're catching is in this whole culture, they're catching stragglers. They're catching women who are caught up in the fantasy of the club and the club life. So you come in playing thug, playing player, right? And then you might fit. You'll do that night. You know what I'm saying? You'll do that night. You fit the fantasy. You know what I'm saying? So you're nearly an incel. You know what I mean? But you really are not that guy. You're not an outgoing guy. You're not the guy that sets the mood or sets the environment. You know what I mean? You're not that dude.
Or you're a bottom feeder.
Exactly. So I'm gonna set up in the chat room. Yeah, he right. That's right, women. Y'all better lose weight. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I wish I would sit in the chat room like, yeah, you better lose weight. You better learn how to walk, girl. What the fuck, man? I go tell a chick in her real life that. See? It's a vicarious motion. You know, the same way, like I said, going to the club or going to the concert or going to the church and letting the pastor do his thing. And you sitting there and you're like, yeah, but remember what the pastor said. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you being a goddamn man in her head, he's in her head and you just bottom feeding. You riding off the rhythm. You riding off that vibration that he left behind. You know what I mean? You riding that little tide he left behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's all game. And
it is. And if you notice the way that the people that are espousing this vitriolic, vomit-inducing, vindictive, overly spicy and quite zesty, like lemon pepper lifestyle.
Oh, you talking about the non-binaries?
Yeah, non-binary, the lemon pepper lifestyle, right? Like if you notice that they are creating all of these like new type of what previously were non-existent conditions, so that they can finally fit into that mold, right? Into the mold of what it means to be a valuable or even a high valuable man, right?
Yeah,
they're trying to create this little, I guess, box where only they fit in, right? Because you got to remember, this is game, and it's to be sold, not to be told. So if I create this condition and say, if you're a high value man, if you have this, not only do I get the leisure of getting all of these women in the chat, right? But first, I get all of these men that I created this box for. Because see, the hardest thing to do is get money out of a man.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, it is. Yeah, women to give money, boy. Women. A man, listen, my wife said this to me. She said this real hard to me. She said, I don't see how you can do it. I said, what? She said, we can go shopping all day and you can come back with nothing. I said, exactly. Yep. My hands stay in my pockets. Like my hands, I can go shopping all day.
Nigga, my wife go to Ulta, nigga, I sit in the car.
Man,
I shop shit. No, that's why I keep female friends. I got a daughter, man. Homegirl's like, yo, I'll pick her up and take her to the mall. I'm like, hold on, let me go see what I got in the drawer. Here's some money. Take her.
No, that's really what's happening with these guys. They're creating this box that, for these guys, a certain, their audience. And the hardest thing to do is get money from a man. So if I create this box for this man to make him feel like he's important, to make him feel like he's special. Matter of fact, I actually got a definition for it. I got a definition for it. It was called the YouTube derelictocracy.
You know it was coming. That's the word of the day, man. Hey, look, I thought it was
The oversaturation or invasive infestation by derelict Negro males in a particular space to such extent that they have become the majority and suffer delusions of having authority over others, in particular, but not limited to women, but only semblance of power and strength that they possess is the shallow perception of social media popularity or sexual aspirations to be in the vicinity of or shameless worship of non-black women.
All right, that's what I just said a minute ago, but he just did it different.
Yeah.
What he said.
What he said.
Yeah. That was just a fly away.
This is literally the commodification. This is literally the commodification, the commodification of image. It's the commodification of image.
Yeah.
So look, I could have done it. I could have done it, right? Give you a box, say, look, you want to be a high value man, or there's other YouTubers that do it like under the auspices of like, this is what it means to be a alpha male, right?
Yeah.
Because the hardest thing to do is get money from a man. So if I told, look, this is what an alpha man is. This is what a thinking black man is. This is what you see what I'm saying? This is what a red pill man. This is what a masculine mercenary is.
Yeah.
This is what a high value man is, right? And so I get this man that only he and his cohortic groups, right, fit in. These are nothing more than the bedwetters and dishwashers, the crybabies, those that suffer from San Bernardino killer syndrome, right?
And all those other words you came up with. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, look, you know what? I'm gonna say this, right? And this is, I'm gonna lead us up here, right? So I'm gonna hit this now. I'm gonna tell you now for YouTube, don't smack me. We're not talking about that to the alphabet people. We're talking about the lemon pepper lifestyle, the LPL, right? Like we said, lemon pepper lifestyle. We coined the term here. We got the receipts.
Moist niggas. Just say moist niggas.
Moist. No, lemon pepper. You gotta be spicy. You gotta be
spicy.
Masculine moistenaries.
You talking about towelette niggas.
Yeah.
Wet
all du toilet.
Yeah, wet white boys.
wet white boys. They're gonna clog it up the toilets. Like, oh my god. Let me see. Let's just. But let me look at this real quick. Hold on. Let me see. We got come on, man. Trying to hang it up here. We got let's see. We got social economics. Hold on, street. Y'all hang it up. God.
I see MrDJMuziq in the house. What's up, sir?
Yeah.
Salute Supreme Elder. Hoorah.
Yeah, Nick is in here.
Yeah, it just down all the stuff covered it. Now, hold on. Let me see this.
Lady
right
Nick.
Here. Now,
hey Nick, Hotep, ho. Hotep, bitch. Hotep, ho.
Oh my god.
Nick, know what I'm talking about?
GK Sigma's dropping, he dropping bombs in the chat right here.
Yeah, GK, he talking real.
He talking real. RVSOP says social economics and consumerism.
Indeed.
Damn, that's real shit right there. That is what GK Sigma just said. Just bodied every channel damn near on YouTube.
What's that? What he said? Hold on, let me see.
Put it on the screen, man. The last thing he said.
Yeah. That is absolute facts. I mean, think, and these are people that pride themselves on logic and reason, right?
Oh no, that's going. Hey, I'm gonna need the owls in the chat to screenshot that for later. We need it. We need it for evidence.
Put that on the Def Jam screen. Hey, Neat, you think you all that, bitch? You ain't shit, hoe. That's Neek right there. Let's shout out to Neek, man.
These are people. You got to remember. These are people that pride themselves on logic, right?
Yeah.
And what logical sense does it make? Okay, I'm gonna come to YouTube, right? And don't get me wrong, you can learn a lot of shit on YouTube. I love looking at like DIY channels. I like looking at like rich rebuilds. Um,
Right.
I look at a plethora of things. From Viva La Dirt League to rich rebuilds. Yada 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 yada. Marcus Brownlee, whatever.
Yeah.
And and it's so interesting. I can learn so much more from watching those videos. Like what to buy as far as tech, what not to buy. Hell, I'm not even gonna lie. I,
Yeah.
I don't really watch like for instance DJ Kuda, right?
Mhm.
But I did see the debate between Kuda and so-called Fantastic. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and so and it was funny because I'm listening to the things he's saying about uh, equipment and mice, and like, damn, that's a good point, because what I heard it sounded a lot like Crew giving me advice, right? When Crew would give me advice about audio equipment, setups, and all of that. So I'm like, that's actually a great deal more valuable than what the fuck is coming out of uh, so-called Fantastic's mouth, right?
Yeah.
I
So
mean, and then you really think about it, I'm thinking like Fantastics, they kind of got like the intellect of Pocket Lint, right? I'm listening to it now, like the only thing fantastic about him is that fantastic set of pussy lips he got on his face.
God damn.
I'm like
That
to be
nigga's not even
honest, man.
present, man. It's not this. It's uncalled for.
Hey man, Fantastic look like the Black Marge Simpson, man.
Yeah, y'all niggas
Man,
is wild.
This is like, yo, it's
he got
listen,
lips like a puffy pussy.
man. Hey,
I'm,
look,
I'm about to hit Fantastic so he come through.
hey, he come through. Hey, man. It was called it. Listen,
So that
they
man can
called.
defend himself.
Hey, hey, look, man.
Fucking labia lip motherfucker.
God damn.
Oh yeah, look,
Oh,
hey,
it's too late tonight for this shit for me.
hey. Well, they call. Listen, man. I've been dubbed the Kangaroo Court, right? When I have a panel, it's the Kangaroo Court. So
Right.
we bring him to court. You know, what I mean, you can bring. We got to get Ruby up here because he needed a defense attorney. Like,
Jesus.
so we got to get Ruby.
Bring Fantastic going. Another Navy nigga, he should be able to take some jokes.
Oh,
He can't.
I don't know, man.
He can take it. He can take it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Motherfucker was
Man.
in the Navy, he better been able to take it.
I don't know
Shit.
what was his rate though, man. Because
Now hold up, man. If he can handle cluster, he can handle this.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Cerulean, he used that derelict word, and that just cut deep. You know what I'm saying? He said, "What? How am I derelict, brother?"
Y'all niggas is wild.
Hold on. Hey, so I'm telling you. Oh my god.
Oh
So
shit,
hold
y'all
on,
niggas
man.
is wild.
Hey man, hey, it's your idea.
Nigga got the WAP lips. Yeah.
Oh my god. This is your
Oh hell
idea.
no.
The waps. Oh, juicy mouthed it. No,
I
man.
was slow on that one. He caught
God,
I was slow on that one. I had to think about
uh,
that one. Like, WAP. Oh no.
oh my god, man, they going in, man. Cerulean up here dropping balls. See what happened when y'all catch Cerulean on another panel when he ain't teaching on his channel. The professor cutting up like late night. You know what I'm saying? Late that dude with the professor cutting up like y'all in the teachers' lounge. Y'all in the back. Hey, I swear that kid's slow. You can't talk about him like that. Shut up.
Hey,
That
hold up.
boy's
I just
slow.
want to say one last thing before y'all open the panel up. I just want to say this.
Mm.
Again, not attacking nobody's platform. I ain't mad at nobody's hustle.
I don't care.
Get your money, nigga.
I don't care.
Get your paper. I don't attack no. Look, I respect the hustle. You can get it going.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do, man. If people are stupid enough to fall for the trap, they can fall for the trap. But if we're gonna have a real conversation, though, if we're gonna have a real conversation about what's going on, and about this whole thing about high value, let me give you some real game.
Mm-hmm.
The truth of the matter is, even though I said men decide who's valuable and who's not is men who dictate that of other men. I will never see another man call another man how value. You see what I'm saying? So it's like either you dealing with men with potential and you trying to bring them along, right? Or you dealing with a man who is higher value and you just give them the respect. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I'll give you a quick example. If I'm trying to get into the music business, right? And we're in a conference room talking, and then say Russell Simmons and Leo Cohen walks in the room. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut the fuck up because they're more experienced men and more successful men in the room. Now it's time for me to learn. I don't need to tell them that they're high value. I just give them the high value. You know what I'm saying? Respect.
Yeah.
That's how men operate. At least that's how men are supposed to operate. So I don't need to even call you high value. And a high value man is not gonna call himself high value. He's gonna be high value. You know what I mean? In his position and do what he needs to do by leading other men. All right. So as men of age, men of experience, supposed to lead other men, counsel other men, bring them aboard. Elders are supposed to give us counsel. You know what I mean? So if you're in your 60s, you're supposed to be giving brothers like me counsel, and it's our time to lead right now. So we're supposed to be taking the brothers who are 20, 30 years old and pulling them up, putting them in the game, showing them how to do paperwork, showing them how to do this, showing them how to do that. That's our job as quote unquote valuable men. That's what I'm saying. There's a pecking order and a level to this based on experience, productivity, you know, and knowledge. And that's where the real value comes in amongst the men. And we decide who's valuable. So this whole conversation about a valuable man, how valuable man, all of this placating and playing to women. All right. Women who want to come to the internet and have jokes about, because think about it on the reverse side. Imagine being a woman for a second, right? A female, and you come to YouTube and now you got a bunch of guys out here. What you're really doing is setting the men out and putting the men out there and saying, well, I'm high valuable and you not, ha, ha, ha. You see what I'm saying? And they just sit back and laugh and giggle while these two dudes, it's like ranking. It's like, you know, jokes, right? Two dudes ranking on each other in the lunchroom. And one dude is really getting on the other guy bad because his outfit is fucked up, his shoes is run down, and the girls are sitting there just laughing because the jokes are funny. So in that moment, he has the most value. He's winning. And that's all we're doing. So I'm gonna sit here as a man who's doesn't even own a fucking house.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey,
what
GK just said, that's some real shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at a certain organization that we all used to be associated with, that's exactly what happened every single time.
Yeah,
and that's real. Like, you know, and look, I'm a businessman. I'm about this business, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube is business. You know what I mean? If you on YouTube I'm like, unless you're here for a particular purpose and you're here to teach, like how it was back in the day, or you're putting up pre-recorded content, or you're actually bringing up charts and graphs and you're trying to teach people, and you're not here for the monetary goals or the reasoning, and you're actually trying to give back. That's, you know, those are certain people sectors of YouTube. But for the majority of YouTube, I would say the 90 percentile, we here to get the bag, right? And here to get the bag is creating content. And, you know, that's what it is. I'm providing a service for you. Now, the service may not be tangible. With that being said, but this whole high value man argument, you know, if you look at it, and I'm gonna say this to the female, to the women, because I'm about to start this high value man series. It's gonna be a 3-part series, but I'm gonna tell you what high value men are really like, right? You know what I'm saying? And the ones that they're telling you that you should get, I don't think a lot of women can handle it. Shit, I might follow that up with a high value female series, and a lot of you dudes want these high end hookers. I mean, women out here, you can't handle it because they on a different totem. If they're in the top, let's just say if a high value man walked in the room, would you recognize that he was a high value man when he walked in the room? And most people would not. And the reason why you can say that is what's that show that they had out there? Where the boss of the company would come and work in the company and people didn't know
yeah.
it was
what is it called? Secret Boss or
yeah. You know, he would come
undercover boss, I think it was.
Yeah, undercover boss, right? He's the owner, and it's not like he just owned the company. No, like he owns the franchise. And Of course, they're going to show when you walk in the franchise somewhere in there. They're going to tell you who owns the company, but ain't nobody looking at that dude that's sitting in that picture. You know what I mean? Nobody's paying attention to that, right? But that's a high value man. He's your boss, and they do that for a reason to get, like
You know what, Drake? That's why I don't like having these conversations about, the high value man again. That adjective involves you. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because we got people in the space who are teachers, men, right? And they take care of their families. So what, they can't come to the party? So what are we? You know what I'm saying? What are we creating? We creating a fucking, this is Clueless for men. We creating an it club. You know what I mean? Where like you're not a high value man. You know what I mean? So what has to happen, right? So what has to happen now? We got a bunch of dudes on YouTube who don't own shit, ain't never did shit, ain't got shit, having conversations about what how value men are, and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
ridiculous, man. That's why I say a
and
valuable man is a man who can take care of his family. Because if you are a teacher or a bus driver, which we need, you know what I mean, or a fucking fireman, which we need, or a cop that's only making $56,000 a year, which we need. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Hey, Sean, I'm sorry, man. You see GK, man, GK, he on fire today, man. You see this comment. I got to put it on screen, man.
What do you say?
Look at the comment, man. It's on screen.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, GK trying to start some shit.
It's okay, man. I'm saying, look, man, it's okay, man. Hey, don't worry. We're going to get him up here. We're going to get him up here. We're going to get him up here. He's going to have his day at the Kangaroo Court.
Yeah.
We gonna get him up here. We gonna get. Hey, Shine. You look. You already know. I'm just go. I'm gonna throw the chair. I'm gonna throw the chair and walk out. Like
again, man. Look, I don't knock nobody's hustle, man. If it's about the money, it's about the money. But the problem is that everybody wants to masquerade this shit as an arena of ideas. So an arena of ideas, we all can speak on it. Now, if this shit just stayed on Kevin Samuels' channel, if this is just his thing, then my remarks would have stopped where I started in the beginning of this conversation. But now that this shit is spilled out onto the whole manosphere, I'm like, hold up now. This is gossip girl shit. That's the new catchphrase we're going to talk about now. Last year was Pookie and Ray Ray. Now we're going to throw around the word high value man and have a discussion about what a high value man is. And it's like, come on,
if you notice, the shit that they're saying is a high value man is dependent on two things. The illusion of looking like you have money. Like one, niggas do that in the black community already. They do it in all communities, really. Because I've never seen a Asian drive anything but a Toyota or a Lexus. And Nigerians, when they come here, they purchase more Mercedes Benzes than the rest of America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they can send them back.
When they get 5 years old, they drive them for 5 years, and then they send them back.
Shit, not even 5 years.
Not even 5 years. Yeah. And then the biggest problem I have with the high value man argument is that the things that they're basing on are all superficial, non-distinct, right? Things like money. A man can get money.
Yeah.
If you're able-bodied man, you go out here and get money. That's just a fact.
Mm-hmm. That's why I try to simplify. I try to simplify it and say, look, but it's not sexy. It's not sexy. It's not going to bring the girls to the yard.
And then you got this other factor where they telling them, well, what they wear determines whether you're not a high-value man.
Ooh.
And see, that's wholly from a woman's perspective. Like I've had niggas tell me, I look better than you. See, that's actually
tell that shit to Jimmy Iovine or Steve Jobs. And, these guys dress like bums.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit actually is putting these dudes into a feminine category where they're worried about looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, and like this the new fit from Gangstalicious. You know what I'm saying? You got your butt cheeks out with this long t-shirt.
Wear this motherfucking skin tight suit that looks like it's been fucking rolled on with a paint roller.
Yeah, this dude.
Women just go crazy over that. I
don't know if you guys watch Billions. You guys watch Billions?
Oh yeah.
Billions? Yeah.
And one of the main character, he walks around like he's about to go skateboarding all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know what I'm saying? And you don't, he probably when he walked right past the street, he probably went, oh, he's a billionaire. You don't care about none of that shit
Yeah.
because
Look at
he's trying to dominate other people on his level. That's why he, what I mean, it's not even about the money for him. It's about power, and this is a real show about masculine nature, what I mean, about men, who want power and go out here and compete with each other, and at all costs, they risk their careers, they risk their wealth. You know what I mean? Because it was never really about that. It was about getting to the top of the mountain and then killing everybody up there.
hey, I got a question for all of y'all. From our esteemed lady Neek. How many tuxedos do you own?
Yeah, it's
That's it,
funny.
right?
Yeah, and I noticed this, right? Because I could have really went in on Obsidian in our debate on X's channel. I tried to keep it scholarly, right? But I noticed Obsidian always does this either when he's losing the debate, right? Or when he feels like he's been placed in a corner where he turns the shit into a shit show, where he asks, what does the amount of tuxedos that I own have to do with what the fuck I'm saying? And so what he does is he attacks my character. You notice he attacked, you don't know how to do business, Cerulean. That's why it took you a year to put down, to get the white paper for the Great Faulkner Initiative. Like, nigga, you've been talking about the motherfucking the book of Obsidian for like a better part of 2 years. Did how many fundraisers on it? You still ain't got that book of Obsidian. Not only that, if we're gonna talk about niggas not knowing how to do business,
He never put that out.
nigga sent me motherfucking 3 invoices with no motherfucking services rendered.
Mm.
In a court of law, that would be considered fraud. And I could have really went in on a nigga.
So hold up, time out. Obsidian didn't do his book. I thought he put his book out. He didn't. Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought, so you telling me he never put his book out, Cerulean?
Man, go on Google and see if you can find it. That motherfucker like, where's Waldo?
Oh shit! I thought he put that shit out. I didn't know that. That's new news to me. Wow. Okay. Well, look, man. There's a lot of dudes running around YouTube. It's a persona at this point. Again, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I don't want to sound like a hater. I just live in the real world. You know what I mean? And where real men are competing, and real men are doing real things, and real men, leaving and moving around the world, and starting over in different places, and you know what I'm saying, and all these niggas really are doing on YouTube is talking. You know what I mean, and playing games with it.
I mean,
and unfortunately, there's an audience that likes the bullshit.
I mean, you look at this shit, right? Like I said, that nigga, he's the same nigga that's been going around quoting Charles Murray's book Coming Apart, never read the motherfucker. Right? It's the same motherfucker that quotes Thomas Sowell, never read a Thomas Sowell book. He's read a lot of back covers, but he's never read one of his books.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that thing. BGS broke down that one time. I think it was like 2 years ago. He broke it down. That's the first stream that I met y'all on, where Obsidian asked the question, and I answered. He asked the question, and
yeah, that nigga ran from that motherfucker.
Yeah, he asked the question, and he ran from his own question. That's when he had the Wonder Woman bracelets on. You know what I'm saying? He deflected the hell out of that.
So and so we talk about it, the me and that guy's debate, and I remember being confronted on somebody's panel about it, like, you lost to Obsidian, like, when and where. It's just letting me know that you're a fucking cocksucker, right? Yeah. Hey, if you thought that Obsidian won that debate, then you just let me know you're swallowing that nigga's jizz.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's a debate. And it's so funny for a guy that prided himself on speaking against ad hominem attacks, when in the debate he starts out with the ad hominem attacks. Because I was going to keep the shit scholarly.
I'm like, yeah, you did for the most part. You did for the most part. Like, now I got a thing, say, because with this high value man thing, like, now I just got a rhetorical question, well, not rhetorical, it's just a question, right? Where do you think this is going to go You know what I'm saying? Far as how far do you think this high value man stuff is going to pop off? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's already off the rails because some people are saying high value was a man
Look, they're
of.
gonna try to keep that shit right. They're gonna try to keep that shit riding out through the rest of the year because right now this is their money bag.
Yeah, but it's going to go so many different directions and it's going to last because now everybody's going to have their own definition of what a high value man is. You know what I mean? And, and like I said, this shit was a stupid fucking argument from the beginning. We're all black people. You know what I mean? We have a lot. We don't own no waterways. We don't own no dams. We don't own no electric companies. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? You know what I mean? We have no political power. You know what I mean? We got other shit we need to be worried about ourselves instead of trying to be some quasi white people. You know what I mean? And work off their scale. Now, I will always say this. To me, a man that has value is a man who's productive and has the ability to protect his own. All right. So whether it's your wife or your wife and children or your family that you live with, that makes you valuable, and that's pretty much all it is.
That's a fact, man.
That's all it is.
The highest, look, the highest form of manhood is what he performs for family. That is the highest form.
Yeah,
As a matter of
if
fact,
you don't do that,
you can't find me a period in history. You can't find me a period in history, classical, contemporary, nowhere in the history of mankind do you see the value of man being determined by any other marker than what he performs for family. Because what he performs for family becomes what is established for the rest of society.
Right. And that's why I was saying the other day on this George channel. So once you put that word high in front of value, now you didn't put the word value on a scale. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if you could take care of your family, no matter what level of skill, you're a valuable man. You know why? Because if you don't take care of your family, the society has to take care of your family. You see what I'm saying?
But see, wait, Jshine, you talking about a group of niggas that's been crying about the government doing their job for them. Like I know niggas right now been to jail multiple times, and yet they still there for their family though.
Right.
And see, that's why I say a high value man, he doesn't have to have that dollar in his fucking pocket to be that high value man, because what is he performing for the sake of his family?
Hey,
because if he didn't have that dollar, you can rest assured if he's a high value man, he's going to get that dollar.
Facts. Now, let's welcome Sheed. I just opened the panel up. What's up, Sheed? What's up, man? You got something to drop in here? You got to get in where you fit in.
Man. Yeah, I don't try to jump in, while people talking. So I let them go. But, pretty much the scale of a high value man is just being determined. Really, they're just putting it all as money. You guys are making good points, but in the end, they're determining it by the money. I mean, for one, high value man is the way he carries himself, the way how he deals with things. To me, in my standpoint, as far as money plays a role in it too, but it's ultimately the way the man carries himself. Whether he have a family or not, you can have a high value man that doesn't have a family because he carries himself in a demeanor where he takes care of others. He put people in position to win. That's in my standpoint as a high value man.
But see, what you just said was key there, right? Because when I say family, I'm not just saying bloodline, lineage. Because what you just said there was putting people in positions to where they can thrive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What I'm saying, hold on. What I'm saying, gentlemen, is this. Because, because I see what's happening right now. You done brung shit on here, and y'all gonna jump me. All right, I see what's going on. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm on a turnbuckle, man. I ain't going lightly. All right? I ain't going lightly.
But back to what he was saying earlier about the man holding the sign. I didn't feel as that man as being a high value from your standpoint as well, because that man losing in society. What value he's coming to his family by not producing? So he even though he's a man that's there with his family, he adds no value to his family because he's not producing.
Now,
like you said, he's the guy.
What I was gonna say, brother, was this. I was just being facetious.
No, I understand. I know you. I know what this is.
I don't want to even use the term. Me personally, I'm not even gonna use the term high value man no more.
But I bet you if you killed that man, that family will mourn that man because that man still has some value to that family.
His wife, yeah, but that's his wife's presence. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
But they were mourning the family dog if the family dog died as well.
Yeah,
So what value is that?
Exactly. And then on top of that, who got to pay to bury his ass? You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? So somebody else got to give in.
Dog.
Yeah, so look. All I'm saying is this, man. Look, I value men based on I value a man based on his ability to produce and protect. If you can take care of your family, to me, you're a valuable man. You're a man in society that has value as far as I'm concerned. Because if you're not taking care of your family, that means society has to take care of it for you. You know what I mean? That makes you dead weight. All right. It's no different than being in the village. Everybody in the village has to do something. Let's take money off the table. The money back then in the day, your currency was your ability to hunt. If you couldn't hunt, you had to be a carpenter. If you wasn't a carpenter, you had to be a steel worker, or you had to be something. You had to be something to contribute to the village. And if I got to take care of your fucking kids through tax dollars, I don't mean to sound like a Republican, but if society has to do with it, then you're not doing your job as a man. You see what I'm saying? So, then you have failed and you're not of value. That's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying a man doesn't exist. I'm not saying humanly doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? His life doesn't matter. I'm saying he has no value. That's what I'm saying. But it's this high value talk, that's just a scale talk. And that's for the girls. Okay?
Yeah,
because the woman's challenge in life is material. So that's what this is all about. This is about, yeah, man, I'm a high value man. I make 6 figures a year. Oh, girl, what are you doing that for? What are you trying to do? It's virtual simping and tricking. Because what you're doing is you playing a carrot that says purse, a carrot that says shoes, a carrot that says a nice car that she can ride in, a carrot that says a nice house she can lay in. So you dangling material in front of her when it has nothing to do with anything as far as taking care of her and giving her the basics that she need every day, giving her a roof over her head and giving her a foundation where they can build together and build a family together. So, if a woman wants to go out here and chase dudes with paper, then she's a gold digger, right? We call them gold diggers. She's only chasing the paper. Because she wants material. She wants dresses and name brand shit. You know what I mean? So what's the fucking point even bringing up a high value man if that's not what you're going to provide? All right? There's no point even bringing that shit up. You see what I'm saying? The only thing we should be talking about is valuable men. And then on top of that, the next level is a good man. All right? So now you got a man that's going to be around. Because a valuable man could be an asshole. A valuable man could be a mean motherfucker. You know what I mean? But he still can provide and protect. But now we're going to talk about a man who's loving and respectful. And you know what I mean? And then we could throw the extra caveats on top of that value. But this high value talk, that's all about playing to these skirts. You know what I mean? And creating a situation where you can sit here and tell women that they're not pretty enough and they're not skinny enough and they're not this and they're not that. You know what I mean? That's not how men talk. When men sit around and talk, we talk about business. We talk about shit that in a way keeps each other accountable, making sure each other is good. So the group is good. So the community's good. And I mean, and that's the way we should be building right now. That's what we should be talking about. You know what I mean? I will never talk to Sheed about him being a high value man. I'm going to talk to Sheed about what he got going on, what issues he got going on, and how I can help him. You know what I mean? We report to each other. What's going on with you and your family? Everything good? Your son good? Okay. Well, he trying to go to, you know what? I know somebody who can get him in that school. On that program. You know what I mean? That's how we're supposed to be building with each other. And by having that discourse, I kind of know what's going on with him. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we should be doing as men. All this other shit we doing is about entertaining the girls. You know what I mean? And then entertain these incels who want to hang around and catch a little of that rhythm, from the girls being around because they can't create an environment where they can meet their own women. So, or being around their own women. So that's all I got to say about that.
In one instance, if you gotta call yourself a high value, that's like people who run around and say, I'm not racist. Come on. I mean, you belittling yourself then. Yeah. You're trying to put yourself on a scale. If someone if someone's telling you that, then I can see that. But if you're running around
and they creating a situation where I'd shit on you for not being a 6-figure nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm quasi doing. I'm saying it to the women, right? I'm telling the women, for you to get a high value man, you need to be this, and this. If you want to get a 6-figure nigga, but the dudes in the chat room listening to you or listening to the playback, all might not be making 6 figures. What you saying about them? That they're not high value men? You know what I mean? Or they don't have any value. So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even play with the word high value. All I care about is men having the ability to take care of their people. You know what I mean? And that's what you should have. That's why we talk about policy, right, Cerulean? You know, we have a policy, we have job programs, just like they do for white folk. You know what I mean? So men can go out there and take care of their people. You know what I mean? Because men are going to go have families. What kind of society are you going to have when men can't take care of their people? Oh, I get it. You're going to have motherfuckers running around here doing mass shootings. That's what you're going to have. You know what I mean? You're going to have white boys running in banks. You're going to have white boys in Boston robbing drugstores and selling pills on the market, because we're not the only drug dealers in the world. You didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? These are things that's going on in white society that you don't know about. When they get broke, they pull up guns. They go get it. Mm-hmm. They do skullduggery shit, and if they even got a chance to even cheat on Wall Street, or a chance to cheat in the markets, they will. You see what I'm saying? Because it's all about them gaining and getting more for themselves. This is the world we live in. So this whole argument about what a high value man is the same thing I look at non-select men, select men. Who the fuck talks like this? I never walked in the club and said, I'm a select male. Come here, bitch. I never did that in my life.
Yeah, but it's actually going off a scale. I mean, you got to look at it as that. That's where they're putting people on the scale. I mean, the women, I heard Kevin even say this to a lady. He was like, well, if you want this type of guy, you got to do this for this man. He said, but the majority of you women, go get an average guy, deal with the average guy, because if you don't want that standard of that high value so-called man trying to boss you around or be like this, just get a regular guy. Just like he had to talk with women.
See, and that right there is just straight utter nonsense. You talk about these guys, they're bossy. Okay, was Jeff Bezos bossy? Because last time I checked, his bitch left them, became the richest bitch in the world.
Well, yeah, she should have waited a little bit, because he just came up on 200 billion. She should have waited just a tad bit. He came up on 200 billion bands.
But like, you gotta understand, when those guys make that type of money, they demand certain things. You know, it's not the point of being bossy. It's the point of I demand certain things because of the position I am. I have to go for my stuff, and I want somebody to be on my team that's willing to work.
And that's also a bunch of bullshit that niggas is peddling. I'm gonna tell you something. Look, good friend of mine lives out in the Lake Calhoun area, very very wealthy neighborhood, right? That nigga's hardly ever home to even be. I expect this, and I expect that, and I expect that. That's some nitpicky LGBTQ type shit.
The nigga micromanaging, nigga. It's like if listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be just straight up honest, and I agree totally with Cerulean. That's why a lot of people that talk about this whole high value lifestyle and stuff, right? Is, you know what I'm saying? If you so much of a high value guy, you ain't got time. Exactly. To that extent. Like if you're talking about six figures, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, like we chop it up with Jshine a lot, but you know what I mean, even when Jshine wasn't on his time zone, you know, catching Jshine, you know what I'm saying, was like catching him. Like you gotta catch him. You know, he busy. You know what I'm saying?
I be in Discord with y'all because it's daytime, or I be at work. Telework. This COVID shit, man, has got me closer to y'all, man.
Yeah, like that's what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like this right here.
You know, teleworks. I'm at work when I'm be chopping up with y'all, man.
Like, you know? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is the most like on this season, like of the work that I do because of this COVID shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you can ask them. They already know. Hey, we ain't gonna see Dre between May and damn October. He gone. Like he in the wind. Like, you know what I mean? But you know, I can't do shit, nigga. Look, I missed the whole.
Yeah, like when I was doing those debates and shit, when we first started debates on X channel, I'm doing that shit 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm getting up to do that shit. You know, because the time I'm on right now. But you know, if I wasn't in COVID on telework, all those mornings, mornings for me when I'm in Discord with y'all, it wouldn't be happening. I'd be at work. I'd be in the building. I'm working for secure facilities, so I can't even talk to y'all. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it just is what it is, man. But you're right, man. People who got shit going on are busy. You know, busy as fuck. You know, and you know, I don't know, man. This shit has gotten out of control on this YouTube shit. I don't know what we're gonna be talking about next year. It's gonna be some other shit. You know what I mean? You know, all these fucking stupid ass debates for a group of people who should be collectivizing and getting political right now together. Black men and black women collectivizing and trying to put some shit on the table where we can make a better future for our people. Because at the end of the day, what affects us all is policy. And if we're not trying to fight for policies that benefit us, then we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now, on the solo side, you should be doing the best you can to improve yourself. So, get yourself healthy, make as much money as you can to take care of you and yours. You know what I mean? And that's it. And then you choose the mate you want to be with. If it's a chick that cooks and that's what you want, then you go get a chick that cooks. If you don't give a fuck if the bitch don't cook, then that's something that she don't have to do. It's not like, all these fucking scales and criteria is bullshit. Because I just told y'all a minute ago, a lot of these women out here are making money now on the same level because we don't live in a society no more that requires physical labor. We live in a service society. This is a service economy. You know what I mean? So women can go to work just like you. She can get behind a computer just like you. She can pump out contracts and shit just like you. You see what I'm saying? She can go out here and get these six-figure jobs just like your ass. So what are we really talking about?
I'm like, but if you so let's say it like this, Sean. Let's say it like this, right? All right. We all know through how birth rates work and how the balance of the universe work and stuff. Is that out of every one birth, there's a 2/3 chance there's going to be a woman, a female, right? And there's going to be a 1/3 chance it's going to be a male, right?
Yeah.
So if women are making about the same amount of money in a high value sector, but there's 2 to 3 to 4 times as many women as there are men, right? Then at the end of the day, they still got to procreate. So then we're going to be in a state of polygamy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, where's she go? I got a question for she.
Yeah, you go right.
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, but just in a state of you're gonna be in a state of polygamy, and they don't want that, right? Yeah. So you got to give up something. Something has to be given up. Like, listen, it's just like anything else. Like, Sean, you like showing them houses, them $500,000, $250,000 houses that's right next to each other, right? And we watch
shady bastard.
Listen, we watch some things, right? We watch them, but what I'm saying? Let's take that neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of those houses in that neighborhood, on average, right? The average is $250,000, right? Like, let's just say that, right?
Nah, they're like average,
like more than that, like 500,000. But the best house in the neighborhood, for you to get that average of 500,000, you're going to need at least a good 5 out of say 50 of those in that zip code to be at least about over 2 million, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to need that. So that's your women hypergamy thing that they keep talking about. Women are they're the average. So if the women are making like 6 figures, then you're going to need at least the top end men to be at least a 7-figure dude.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That this high value man is playing on that construct of the man still making more than the woman, right? In this economy. That we right now. That's what it's playing on. And we're not in the same economy. We're not in a place where women are just secretaries, you know what I mean? And just fucking maids and nurses, nigga. All right. Women out here are fucking advisors. They out here doing cybersecurity. Women out here doing all kinds. I'm in government. I work with some of these women. Now, still mostly men, but it's still, because a lot of women don't like to get into a lot of geek work. You know what I mean? But that's changing though. You know what I'm saying? That's going to change. So in the next 20 years, it's going to be even more of a balance. That's why this information that's being thrown around, especially to younger men, is detrimental because it's not going to help them. You know what I mean? Dealing with the new economy and dealing with the new female.
Not even in the slightest.
You know what I mean? So, and everybody knows me. I'm a barbarian when it comes to my personal life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying no female. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, I don't have the same problem, say, my nephew's gonna have. See, my nephew was just born last year. He's gonna be in a different economy. You see what I'm saying? And he's gonna need a new set of game, a new set of rules, a new way to navigate. So I'm not going to tell him no dumb shit about, you need to be a high value male so you can have some women submitting to you. That's not going to be the case no more. There's going to be a lot of high value women, if you want to talk to that way, out here running around. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be the best man you can be. I need you to be productive. I need you to be able to, protect your family. I need to teach you how to shoot. I need to teach you how to handle your money. I need you to have a cause. That way you understand generational wealth and understand that you're gonna have to pass some shit down to your children. You know, my grandnephews, you know what I'm saying, or nieces. You know what I mean? This is what needs to go into his head. And you need to pick the woman that's gonna be down with your program and somebody you can work with and build with. That's what it's gonna be. This whole thing about, you know, a patriarchy and a matriarchy is going to be going away soon. It's going to be more over what they call now a synocracy. You know what I mean? Where you have men and women syncing up because they are creating. Look over in Europe. Look over in like Switzerland and Sweden. You know, where they give the men even maternal leave, you know, fraternal leave when the kid is born, so the woman can go to work. Why? Because there's this whole thing, the notion with, you know, women, that women can't get ahead. Why? Because they have children. Why? Because when they take time off to have children, they miss out on promotion potential because they're not getting the same assignments. They're not getting the same experience level, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. So we're not going to stop having families. So if the woman has 2 or 3 children, that's 2 or 3 pregnancies, she's out 9 months, not 9 months, but she's out for the later part of her pregnancy, then she's out for another 6 months paid leave. And then her husband keeps going to work the whole time. So he keeps going to those meetings. He keeps going up the scale. You see what I'm saying? And what they're trying to do in a society is make it more equal for women. You understand me? And that's policy. And you don't run shit. All right? And I'm telling you right now, black women, no matter how you cry on YouTube, they're not going to not take advantage of that. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go to college and get it how they can. And if there's opportunities for them to climb the ladder economically, they're going to fucking take it. Which means it's going to be a different set of rules and a different, you know, situation out here 20 years from now. This is where we're going. All right. Until you create your own environment, black man, shut the fuck up. Because this is what you're going to have to deal with. All right. And you already starting to see it because you see women who don't know how to be, you know, with a man when she's making a lot of money. Or you got a lot of women out here with their hands on their hip, you know, talking crazy to men because they got the money. You know what I mean? Because they got to go through a transition where they're going to have to learn how to, you know, be successful women and still be good wives and respectful to their husbands. You know what I'm saying? That's going to have to go through a sea change. Just like men had to stop learning how to be chauvinistic. You see what I'm saying? Because the economy changed. The society changed. That's what we're going through right now. This is real talk. This is not sexy talk. This is real talk. This is what's really happening.
That's not that's actually really, well, the quote unquote, what you would say, the real red pill talk, right?
Yeah.
That's
real red pill. Cerulean.
Yeah.
Cerulean is in the military. You was in the military, Dre. Jshine, my brother, was you ever in the military? That's the question I wanted to ask you.
Say what now?
Was you ever in the military, brother? I was just curious.
Nah, I was not.
But do you have kids?
Yeah, I got kids.
Okay. So you're a father.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So now you got to sit out here and do what you got to do to take care of your family, right? Now I'm gonna ask you a straight question, sir. Do you do that? Do you take care of yours?
Yep.
Then that man has value. That man has value. That's a valuable man right there. He has value. And not only that, he has value because he's taking care of his kids. This is how it works on the other end. Because he's taking care of his kids, he got kids now. They got to be brought up. Now, as a society, as a group, as a village, we need to support that. We need to support that family. We need to look out for his kids. We need to look out for him so he can keep taking care of his kids. That's how it works. See, a lot of this talk out here is not only just playing to women, but it's also this fucking rugged individual talk. You know what I mean? And we forgetting that we need to be part of a group where we networking and start becoming more of a family again. And it should be easy online because you really don't have to see each other. You know what I mean? You don't even have to deal with each other day in, day out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the reason why I asked she that question, because now this man is more important to me, because now he's not only a man that's producing for his family and take care of his family. Now he's in that role of responsibility, which is ongoing, right?
Yeah.
So he's valuable because he's got fucking kids, man, that we need to come up behind us. So I need him to be steady. I need him to be solid. That's why the white people created unions, to make sure they were taken care of and make sure that the other men were solid and they had solid families and they created these families. That's why they want to go back to the 50s where one man can work and take care of the family and all that. That was the good old days. That was like patriarchy, you know what I mean? But that also came through policy, job programs, unions, all right? That didn't just happen because they said so. They had to negotiate with the rich, the barons of the world at the time.
Yeah, see, that's the funny thing about it, because when you look at the nuclear family model, the nuclear family model was a policy created hog. Hey, and the only thing it was meant for was to organize industrial labor force.
Right. And they broken that social. That construct has been broken. It's
So you
broken.
gotta,
because America is no longer the industrious nation that it was
Right.
post World War II.
And who's building the shit now? Who's building your streets now? Who's building your buildings now? Immigrants, cheap labor. You see what I'm saying? So this is where things are shifted to, and this is what you up against as men. So we seem to have these stupid ass conversations about what high value men as black people when they're trying to replace us in America.
mm-hmm. And they finding out that replacing you with an immigrant, it's like okay, we need people to do the shit work and the jobs that we don't want to do, right? And we know that the bigger part of the population ain't going to do because they got you white, like I'm white, so I get the white privilege. I'm high value too. Hold my bear, you know what I mean, type shit, right? So they thought, okay, well, let's get the immigrants in, right? But the problem with the immigrants is with them, and the reason why they got a bigger problem with the immigrants is the immigrants are doing the shit work, but the immigrants are not investing money back into the economy. They shipping that money out. That money is gone. It's going back to their country.
It's gone, and then they keep it into their own community. So,
exactly.
So even before you can even touch it, it's already bounced like 10 to 15 times in their own community.
Yeah, it's crazy when you got these niggas out here saying this shit because all they're doing is chasing the illusion of white manhood.
Yeah. You know the sad part about that, Cerulean, is that when they keep preaching this high value shit and they doing it to lure in the girls who want materialism, all that materialism, all that is she's a conduit to white wealth. Basically, what I'm saying is that you went out here and made all this money as a black man. She's going to take it to give it to Louis. She's going to take it to give it to Prada. She's going to take it to give it to Cardi B. You know what I mean? She's not going, and she's going to, and then she's going to want you to buy a house for her in a white neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I say all the time, basketball players don't even matter unless they're giving money directly to certain initiatives. They don't even matter because all their money goes right back into the white economy. You know what I mean? It goes into white neighborhoods, white boats, white cars. You know what I mean? We don't own those dealerships. We don't own those jewelry shops. We don't own those boat, dealerships. You know what I mean? Everything that they're buying is going to those other people. You see what I'm saying? So they really just a conduit to those other people. And when you bring a chick that's only caring about materialism into your life, that's what she is. She's a conduit to white wealth.
And you're exactly right. Because I like this quote from Chris Rock I put up on the screen. And he says, "Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something."
Yeah.
Like when he said that, man, I had to pause it when I watched that comedy special, man. I just like, yo, I got all my sons in the room, sat them down, and made them watch it. Like, listen, this is what I tell people is, Ruby brought up that clip. I want to play it, but I might just have to get the audio and play it one time. The Breaking Bad, remember that, Cerulean?
Yeah.
The Breaking Bad clip. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes, listen, you gotta, like, this whole thing, first let's stop talking about the high value and let's go at the basics, right? Because value it sets the baseline for high value. If you're going to talk about high value, a lot of these dudes don't even bring value to the conversation, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these women, you know what I mean? A lot of these women, they already know they just want a valuable dude, right? And then in their mind, if that dude meets the burden of performance and he is able to provide, then he becomes a high value man to them. In the case of what they're talking about in the relationship dating aspect of things, right? I know there's, what I'm saying, like I see it all the time. I see it in these companies and stuff and these guys and whatever. A lot of these guys do not understand this, is that, like we were saying before, is that this whole talking point is not for you. It's for the women. Why are they talking mainly to women about this subject, about high value men? It has nothing to do with you. If you're seeking advice on how to be great, then what you need to do, there's a whole bunch of books. Get you some 48 Laws of Power. Get you some 33 Strategies of War. Go get you a gym membership. Go work out. You know what I mean? Find something that you're interested in. Go back to school. Get your degree. Get your training up. Whatever you got to do to raise your value in society by competing against other groups
but
of
see,
men.
Dre, what they draping as value is really just attraction. All right? That's attraction talk. That doesn't give you value. If you want, look, a lot of these women, most women out here just want to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Consoled. They want somebody who's there. All right? Just be with them. Be there with them. Do shit with them. And then have the ability, to take care of them. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of women out here who make more than men that will take care of that man if he's a good man to him. As long as he has some, money, you know what I mean? And they're just fine. You know what I mean? Now, if they're a materialistic woman, then that changes, right? If she wants things, she's trying to keep up with the Joneses. You see what I'm saying? Now it's not even about love or about attraction. It's about utility. What can you do for, to raise my social status so I can compete with these bitches out here? You know what I mean? Hotep bitches, hotep hoes. You know what I mean? You stepping into the, you stepping into that motherfucker with the gold, with the gold straight from Kemet. Hotep bitches, hotep hoes, hotep bitch. You know what I mean? Hotep. Peace, brother. Peace, sisters. Hotep bitch. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing with each other, right?
That's where the whole high value come from, though.
Yeah, but
that's where it all come from. The women that's too materialistic. See, that's his whole talking points about this is just the women who want to be taken care of. Now, like me and my friend, we had a talk. He was like, man, I'm on Instagram and I'm on this, and I see these girls on here putting these quotes up talking about how a man should treat a woman and how value she is. But he was like, girl, you fucking sell your ass on what's that shit?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. He's like, you on OnlyFans, goddamn selling ass, and you out here goddamn smoking weed, holding guns with a bag, and you talking about, you know what I'm saying, a real man can handle certain things. He's like, but you out here putting these quotes up, and you out here selling ass on OnlyFans. He's like, come on. And like I told him, I said, you got to understand, women have definitions of real man and real women. I said, most women think of a real man as a dude that got tattoos, that's out here banging her back out. That's a real dude because he got cash in his hand. And the other women think a real man as a dude who works, holds the family down. I said, you got to understand the definitions. That's where the whole thing gets involved. People have different definitions of what things are, and that's what fuck up the whole society.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own definition of what certain things or certain people are.
Yeah, you know why things are so lopsided right now, and there's no disrespect to women, but women right now are dictating the dating scene. You see what I'm saying? What should be what, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that way around. I mean, that's why I always talk about brothers getting to the purple and building themselves up and doing the best they can to get their weight up and their paper up. But it's not just about money. It's just about getting your productivity up and getting with your comforts up, because it's about creating another apparatus and also working with other men, so we can create a new environment and start creating a new normal. All right. Trust me, a lot of dudes don't think women will bend to that, but they will. All right. Look, I told the cis men brothers this is the same thing I would say to black women. I told cis men brothers, 19 and a half black men in America are not fucking moving to Africa or Brazil, you know what I mean, or dating Becky. All right. It's the same thing for 23 million black women. Most black people are still going to deal with each other. So we need to figure out what we need to fucking do to work out our situation, our relationships, so we can become a better group and a stronger group. And we need to stop playing around with it. All this other shit that's being thrown out here, cis-fem, swirling, it's all fuckery. All right? It's all nonsense. It's all feeding on anxiety, pain, insecurity. You know what I mean? You got incel niggas over here. You got bed wenches over there. It's like, God damn. You know what I mean? All we need to get down to is like, yo, what do you need to build a family so we can build a better future? If that's not your purpose, then you fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my man Sheed has a family. So if me and Sheed in the same social circle, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do if he's a good father to make sure he's up. If he loses his job, we're gonna put him on with another one. You know what I'm saying? Because he has a family to take care of. This is what other groups of men do for each other. Period. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we're not doing that. We sitting out here having these fucking, virtual conversations, these virtual churches that make us feel good in the moment, and then we go right back to our regular lives of doing shit. You know what I mean? And we live in separate lives and being rugged individuals out here, and we're not thinking collectively. You got to think individually for yourself, but you got to think collectively when you come into the square. When you come to the circle, you got to be giving something to the group that's going to help the group. If you're not doing that, then why the fuck are you here? You here for you here for attention. You here to make yourself feel good. You here to feel belong. You here to feel heard. A lot of these motherfuckers on YouTube have never had an audience in their life, right? Ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've never had nobody in it. You know what I mean? Come to my homegirl I just talked to earlier, T, she's my property manager. I had to call her and wish her a happy birthday. And, she used to come to my house, I don't know, every once a month or something like that. And she would always bring a new chick to my house to have debates with me. She liked the way I think, even though she hated the shit I say, right? But she would bring people to my house to hear what I have to say. I've never had a situation in my life where I have never had a chance to have somebody listen to me. And I think YouTube is giving a space where people who have never had people listen to them in real life, right? So now we live vicariously through YouTube, and we coming up with all these fucking stupid ass phrases and catchphrases, and it ain't got nothing to do with pricing chi in China. And what's the best way to do it? What's the best way to build your church? Sell a fantasy to women.
Yeah, because that's like dude Smooth and the dude named Kane 187 God Allah. I actually met those two guys.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, hold on. What? Hold on. You gotta rewind that. Hold on.
Say that again to see.
Yeah, bro. Hold on. 187.
I don't know. Like his Kane 187 God Allah. That's his screen name.
Oh my God, man. Yo, these conscious mind. You know what? Who started that? Not to cut you off real quick. It's the conscious community hotepping for pussy niggas that started this whole high value man shit. If you really think about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just by a different name, right? Because now, you know what I mean? It's now placating and stuff, for the thing. I'm a high value man. I make 6 figures. I'm this, that, and third. And then the women, they're going to want that because especially when you got this, I'm like, yo, I'm mad. Like if I was a dude that was selling some shit like that, I'm mad as a marketing strategy. Oh, this shit is hitting the bricks, especially with this Rona on. Oh, man. Like you think about it, you selling women because resources are going to get low. You know what I'm saying? They're low right now. Like, but we ain't gonna see it until the winter. That's when people gonna start acting the fool.
Yeah, because that's why all these women out here now trying to hit these dudes on the side and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They know, but meeting with these guys, man, we sit down and we just because I actually met them on who was it? I think it was art panel. We all talked to each other on the side. Then we actually met up because I think the dude Smooth came out to Atlanta from Texas. So we chopped it up, met up, started talking. All we do when we sit down and talk, man, we sit here and just laugh about the dudes on YouTube. We were like, hey, man, this motherfucking channel with this dude be on there? We just sit there and laugh because like I told him, I say at the end of the day, half of the guys on here talk all this shit, never been in relationships. Or half of the guys on here just, they're feeding off of other guys' emotions and they come around with this whole blue pill mentality. But like I was, you a fucking, the red pill, but you a blue pill, dude. You got talking points from red pill, but you a blue pill. And I'm like, this whole pill shit, I'm like, come on, man, for real?
Yeah, they're not living. Yeah.
Like you going off this whole principle of pills to describe yourself. Oh, I'm a fucking red pill. Oh, I'm a blue pill. Why not be a man that's struggling or trying to get himself together? And like you were saying earlier, I got kids, I got a wife, I got married when I was 25. Like my whole goal was to, that was my high value, to have a family, to raise kids. When I started growing, I learned that, getting life insurance for my kids, because my dad was in the military. When he passed, he actually had his was getting money from the military to take care of us. Now, I didn't go to the military, so I don't have that benefit for my kids. So I was like, what can I do to actually have my kids in the same situation I was in? I went and got life insurance. I got I started off with, the whole, what was it? what's the low rate life insurance? Because I got the universal, term life. I got term life.
Yeah.
Then I turn around, I got the whole life because I know I can get money on that long term. Then I got the universal life, which universal life is, a combination that actually goes off the market and stuff of that value.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm real deep into that. Like I be telling people, anytime I meet into it and get into a little young dude, like, man, you got kids? Man, I'm finna get ready to have a kid. Go get some life insurance. I'm like, right now it's cheap.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, I started getting my life insurance when I was like in my 20s. That was the term life. I'm still getting life insurance. My wife, she cussing at me because I got enough. The money I pay in life insurance, I'm actually could be driving a Mercedes right now. And my wife was like, man, even my partner, he said, man, just cash that shit. Don't even motherfucker get that shit. Go get you a car. And he joked with me about the shit, but like I told him, I said, man, this is the shit that I'm doing for my kids. I'm passing it down to them. This is gonna be my generational wealth. I said, hell, I might fuck around, leave each one of my kids $100,000. And my wife,
it's cheap right now too. Why are you talking about that? Mortgage insurance. The interest rates are low as fuck right now.
Yeah.
These banks are ready to do business, right now, and it's going to be like that for a while with this COVID shit going.
Yeah, because even with my wife, she got mad at me when I always tell my friends, and I'm like, yeah, when I die, I got a will set up for my kids to get this and this, and my wife get this. And she's like, well, I don't like how you tell people that. I'm like, for what? I said, I'm not going to sit here and let you justify what certain kids should get. I say, now, they're going to get what I give to them. And say, you're going to get what I give for you. I say, now, you can talk to them and see if they want to give you a little money out of theirs, and that's on them. I say, but what I leave for them, that's for them. Yeah. And I'm like, you trying to control this situation where you have no control over. Like I was on a panel with Anchorman one time, we were talking, and it was like I didn't understand what was the whole thing when I told him that I say, man, I got this whole shit to where if I'm out the house, somebody fuck with the thermostat, I can damn program the thermostat, cut the shit off, put a code on it to where nobody can touch that shit unless I do it. And he was like, oh, this motherfucker, this is a real man. Fucking he control. I'm like, nah, dog, it ain't about all that. It just, like I said, it's my house in my way.
What?
It's not me being a real man. It's not me being a real man.
To certain niggas, certain things is just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just the whole thing with tech. It's the whole thing like with the tech thing and everything. Like I've been telling dudes with cameras and stuff. I was like, dude, I'm not even into tech and all that. But it just, I have it.
Yeah, it's not like even my coworker when I was showing them like a video. I was like, yeah, my daughter just got home, and I'm showing them on my phone. Like, yeah, every time there's movement, I got motion sensors on I got HD cameras, and they're like, oh, really? Where you get that from? You know what I mean? But if you don't have a home, you don't know nothing about it.
Hey man,
oh shit, that nigga balling.
Hey, that backup camera on that new used
$1,000.
Them cars when they got the when you put the car in reverse, people don't know how to park nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So you got the backup camera on the dash, that counts, right?
Oh my god, man. I guess it's relative, man. People don't know what something is, and they think you balling. I remember the first time I came through with a drop top through the projects, Manus Harbor Projects, Staten Island. And this cat named Cool, I knew it was that. He's like, what the fuck is that? Is it a Batmobile? I ain't never seen nothing like that. That shit was a bullshit ass drop top.
Right? Batmobile.
It was a bullshit. I'll tell you exactly what it was. You remember watch Fast and Furious?
Yeah, what was it? Mr.
Car Tyrese had, the one Tyrese had, I had the same car, except I didn't have that big ass wing on the back.
Oh yeah,
Mr. When they first came out, I had the Tenzin wheels on that bitch. And I had two cars. I had my Oldsmobile Aurora, and I had that. So I had a white sedan, and I had the drop top. And I came through, and that shit was brand new. Niggas was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, these joints, they got them all over the place in Virginia. You know what I mean? It's all relative. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They was giving them bitches away. Like, look.
Hey, Neek, and then I got out the car, Neek. I went into the community center, and I was like, Hotep, bitch. Hotep. I got that gold from Kemet, bitch. I got that Kemet gold, bitch. Peace, brother. Peace, sister. How you doing, beloved? Hotep, bitch. That's how I was doing it. That's how I was doing it. You know what I mean?
Hey man, listen, I was say this, man. I don't know, man. This is to me this whole high value man thing. I'm listen for y'all YouTubers out there because I like to go places. I like to be on people panels, right? You know what I'm saying? I like to be on people panels and shit, so they'll kick me off and get mad at me because I'm messing with their cash apps. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But for y'all, if y'all and listen, man, it is what it is. It's for the female audience. Women are more consumers than men when it comes to purchasing things, investing money into their interests. So for you men complaining, if you want to be high value, and for you men complaining about women got the policies in their favor, well, they paid for those policies. Maybe you should do the same.
That's a fact, though.
It's like why dudes complaining about this high value stuff, dude. If you got a woman that's high value, you got to pay for it. That's all. That's at the end of the day, high value means paying for it. Let's be real. High value means paying for it.
Man, shit, I said when you put the word value, you put the word high in front of it. You putting it on a scale, all right?
Yeah. And it costs, nigga. It costs, nigga.
The only terminology I have for men and for people, right? For women, to me, is good mother. For men, it's a productive man, all right? And then from there, on top of that, a good father. But more importantly, a productive man, all right? For women, a loving woman, you know, who has potential to be a good mother. That's what that's the baseline value for me when I look at men and women.
Look, right? Man, the only time I'm gonna use high, man, like the only time I've ever used high when it's referring to another human being, if the dude's high on drugs, right? Or you say, yo, that's a high cost hooker. Like that, because that's what it sounds like, man. You want you a high cost hooker, nigga? Like that's what high value man sounds like if you listen to it, right? Like women, do you want a high value hooker? Like, or you want a dude as an ATM machine or hypergamy at its finest? You need to get you a high value man. You know what I mean? But best believe, you gonna be on this you're gonna be in this situation. And the situation, and the biggest situation that I say is with this.
Oh shit! Look who's here. Verbal over here showing her edges off. Look at Verbal. Edges, bitch. Ho tap. Ho tap. I got edges. Ho tap.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
She's stunting on these hoes. She's stunting on these hoes. Look at Verbal stunting. Ho tap. Peace, brother. Peace, sister.
Hey,
I'm not even gonna touch that. Oh.
I'm done. See, look. See, this is why
you can't take Jshine nowhere.
Nowhere, man. Nowhere. Listen, now look, all of y'all that's watching Jshine, don't be acting like this nigga get smacked and be mad, right? Don't roll up to no chick and be. He can do this. Y'all can't do this. Like it's not. It's like he can get away with it, right? He like I
pay for it later. I pay for it later. You talking about sisters? I do pay for it at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with the whole time?
Talking about the black woman. Women. I've been delivered. You know what I mean?
Hey, you keep playing. I'm gonna drop this link so she can come up here.
I'm out. I'm out right now. I don't want it verbal. I'm good.
I dropped this link.
Want it verbal. But guess what, verbal? Ho tap. Stunting on these hoes. Edges, bitch. Ho tap. This goal is from.
But yeah, man, that's all these dudes are doing, man. They're creating their what they think is a box that they can fit into, right?
Yeah.
So they can finally be somebody.
Yeah. That's all it is, man. And I'm glad. Hey, I'm gonna cut you over real quick. So I just want to ask She the question. She, you from the South, ain't you, brother?
Yeah, I'm from the A.
I knew it. You know what I mean? I used to come down to the A all the time in the 90s. I used to love the A back then. You know, the A was the shit in the 90s.
Where you at?
I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, man. But I used to come down here all the time. I'm talking about 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. I was down there. I know about Club
down there when they were freaking. You down there with the freaking.
Freaking. I was there with freaking Indian. I was at fucking Club Kai. I was at the Web, nigga. Get my sweat on, dancing the LL Cool J, nigga. I was in the A.
Listen. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this is for some of y'all guys, man. Y'all need to just do me a favor. I know it's a disease, and y'all got to get out of inpatient rehab. Y'all got to get off of YouTube. Okay, y'all got to get off of inpatient. You know what I'm saying, rehab, bro. Like y'all got to put down. You got to stop taking the medicine. You got to go cold turkey. Y'all got to turn off your favorite content creator. You know what I'm saying. You know, and go out.
Player one for them, man. This is real player one.
Yeah.
Right? This is real player one. This is a vicarious age. He lived through this shit, man.
They ain't playing,
Let me tell
man.
you, the whole reason why I jumped into the manosphere, man, just listening to it was because of a lady, Erica Williams, who do like a lot of finance and stuff. Cause you know that's what I've been doing, get my little business, get my money right and stuff. Yeah. So my wife put me on to her. She was like, "Yeah, man," she talk about trucking, driving, and all that. So I'm like, "Okay, cool." Then she always talked about BGS. She always talked about O'Shea. So I'm like, let me see. Like I told people on Art Channel, I watch Art Nostal. You know, I watch Charles. Handful of people. I don't watch all these dudes. When they was talking about MOT and other guys like Cerulean, I always hear your name brought up. But like, no offense to you, but I never watch you because, like I said, I don't move but in a circle. You know, it's no offense to you or anybody else. I don't move but in a circle. Like when you start listening to all these guys, you start coming up with all this whole ideology of, oh yeah, he's right, man. See, I'm gonna live my life just like this. Yeah. And I was like, man, dude, I don't do all that. Like, I already got my whole thing to where I live my life and what I listen to. A lot of that shit, I be like, man, I just sit there and laugh. Half of the time, I might pull up a YouTube, hear something going on. I don't want to hear this shit today and just cut it off.
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm going to be honest with you. You don't listen to Cerulean directly, but you do, because a lot of shit the Cerulean say, they take what he says and they niggify it. So if you go listen to Cerulean, you be like, oh shit.
But I don't blame him, man. I was like, you know, if you came into the manosphere at a certain point in time, I feel him. I probably would never mess with you. You know what I mean? I was like, this is crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? And just you just wouldn't give anybody else a chance. You're like, these niggas is you know. I kind of get where he's coming from. You know, it's kind of like that argument that thing they say when you see two fools arguing from a distance, they both look crazy. You know what I mean? Yep. Two people arguing from a distance, they both look like fools. You know what I mean? That's the effect, man. And you know, I've heard real sisters. You know, you bring up Erica Williams. You know, I'm cool with a sister named Taisha Essex. You check out her channel. She's about that life, thorough sister. I'm also cool with Nicole's View. That's the Notra. That's my homegirl. These are people I chopped it up with Facebook. That's a whole other world. And they you know, they've seen this space and they like, These are thorough sisters, man. They like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Even Nicole, she was hesitant to come into this space. You know, she knew about it for a long time. And you know, and look what happened to her. You know, she got, you know, niggas turned on her. They were cool with her first. And then, you know, they do what they usually do. They cool with you, then they fighting with you. You know, a bunch of mean girls.
You know what it is. You know, when you were saying, like, you know, when you got your little cousin over, your little brother there, right? Yeah. And y'all sitting there talking, and you playing a video game, right? And he a little young, right? See, this is what the manosphere is turned into, right? The manosphere is turned into playing like Zelda, right? And you get to that last board of Zelda, and you just didn't do that thing in the previous board, so you can't beat the game. But your little cousin, he want to play, so you want to keep him shutting up. So you give him the controller, but it's unplugged. Yeah, that's the new manosphere. Niggas playing the video game, but the controller's unplugged, while someone else is playing it and they lose. That's basically what you're looking at. Like that's it in its nutshell. And I just want to be the parent to come in the house and unplug the game and tell them to go outside and play. because they keep getting beat up by the
What just
neighborhood
put on the
bullies.
screen is absolutely right, man. That's the reason I came here. Look, I don't mind calling out female fuckery, but I did not engage in that with the intent to be, to denigrate women. You see what I'm saying? It was about telling the truth, right? Yeah. But the whole purpose behind telling the truth after that is to fix the problem. To fix a problem, you have to identify it, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened over time, I started looking at the niggas. Like, hold up, we can't throw rocks at them. I can't stand next to y'all. Y'all on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand shoulder to shoulder with bullshit motherfuckers. And then now it's infested with incels. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, look, what I visioned the manosphere being, and what I was hoping it became when it came about, because there was this space existed before because it was called the manosphere. You know what I mean? It just didn't have the panels because that didn't exist. The live streaming didn't exist right back then. You know what I mean? It was just people putting up content. So you had Sergeant Willie P, Black Ram, and Cutie Soul, and, SBW. A whole bunch of people were out, and doing their thing, and they created a space where just men were talking and having real talk about a lot of shit. A lot of it was about pro-blackness, and then some of it was about the women. But then when these panels came about, man, god damn, anybody got the mic. You know what I mean? And it just turned into some bullshit, and we have, since I've been in this space, we're on the second presidential election since I've been in this space, which means there's been a midterm, and we're not dealing with politics. We're not impacting anything that really affects our lives. Niggas are getting killed left and right. We're not even addressing that shit as men. And at this point, I'm not even mad at the Cynthia G's and the other women who roast these niggas every day. I'm not even mad at them no more. That shit used to bother me, but now I don't, because it's like you're being murdered and you're not even addressing this shit. Full stop. In fact, you got a lot of cool niggas running around here trying to run away from what's happening to us, which is fucking ridiculous to me. You are in a war for survival right now. All right, that's just real talk. It's random, nigga. It can happen to you anytime. It can happen to your cousin. It can happen to your father. It's happening to old niggas. It's happening to kids going to college. It's happening to. It's not just Pookie and Ray Ray getting shot. The fact that was okay with you was bad enough, but now it's random, and now it's happening to the women. So it's like we got a real serious problem we have to deal with. That's life and death, and niggas don't want to address it. And that's the most unmanly shit in the world. You know what I mean? No other group of men will operate this way. And I understand there's been programming and conditioning that's part of that. So I am sensitive to that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, being sensitive to that and being catering to that is not going to help us. We got to snap out of it. We got to snap out of it, or we're not going to survive. It's just that simple, man. Politically, you got two parties hollering at, one is not hollering at us all at all, and then you got one that's hollering at your woman. They bringing you up, but you getting shot, but your woman is being talked to.
Both parties are trying to conscript your women. Yeah. Look, let's be honest. Why do you think someone like Candace Owens is being highlighted by the Republic, or was being highlighted by the Republic?
They ain't even invited to the damn convention.
Yeah. They got that new chick, that chick from Baltimore. Well, we got a new hussy.
She light skinned. The new chick from Baltimore.
She light skinned. Yeah, we like that. Like that, Jim. I like that.
She light skinned, right?
Yeah, she's a goer. She's a comer. She's a comer, Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, we done. I was the old and with the new.
And the new ones, right? Yeah. I saw that chick they got from Baltimore. They hate her guts in B-more. They can't stand it. Like white people in Baltimore can't stand it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But I'm just saying, as men, you should be ashamed. And not ashamed like it's your fault, but ashamed that, just for the sake of shame. Like what I mean is that when you got a political party, a president is meeting with Cardi B, a president candidate. I want you to think about that. Now, black women should have issue with that. Yeah, black women should have an issue with that too. But putting them aside, I think black women should be really, really, really like yo, what the fuck? Hold on. People are marching in the streets about men getting killed, right? Or mostly men getting killed, because we got our sister out that got murdered in her home. But mostly it's men getting killed. And you're not even being spoken to. You're not even speaking up for yourself. You're not even representing your own issue on a grand scale. And you've been in the country for 100 years. That's a problem. That's a fucking problem. You know what I mean? And the fact that the men are comfortable with this. I'm not. I'm not. Never have been. If this was fucking, this is 2020. If this was 1920, I'd be hanging in a tree. I'm just built that way. I would have choked on these crackers by now. You understand me? That's just who I am. I would have snapped like some of these other niggas did in the past. I'd have been strange fruit.
No, I'm gonna say it like this: black people been snapping a long time. They just don't want to televise it. They just want to televise it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They don't want to televise. They don't want to tell you what really popped off. Like it was a lot of stuff. Like it was a lot of stuff going on. Oh, Ruby's in the chat. Hey, Ruby's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, Ruby said, all right, now you can get Fantastic, Jshine. We can bring Fantastic over here. We got the defense attorney in the chat.
I'm not doing that. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna leave y'all niggas to the nigga shit.
What? What?
I'm gonna leave y'all niggas to the nigga shit. You know what I mean?
You got the commit gold popping.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We already got enough going on in here. We got Verbal in here stunting on the hoes. We got Neek in here stunting on the hoes. You know what I mean? So Verbal Neek in here talking about she got Kemet gold. You know what I mean? Verbal in here talking about look at my edges, bitch. I mean, look, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it.
Hey, but see, that's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Like you know. Okay, if we were so high value, right? Because I remember if a Republican or a Democrat or a presidential candidate, this is how bad our black community has gotten. You got the wet ass pussy bitch.
It's ridiculous.
Talking to a presidential candidate. Just think about that for 1 second.
It doesn't make any sense.
You got the setup bitch. She even told you she used to set niggas up, right? You got a
Imagine Hillary Clinton meeting with what's that girl that was Miley Cyrus. Imagine it.
No, not even Miley Cyrus, man. Like think about it. Like imagine Hillary Clinton. What has he got? Who else is up there, man? What's that chick that did the OnlyFans page, made $2 million? Bella Thorne or some shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, she got 6 chain on her on a choker. Imagine that. To represent white women.
Exactly.
Or in this case, white people. Because they're trying to talk to this black demographic. That's insulting. That's just that you know the disdain these people have for us.
Just
in the Democratic Party.
Not even gonna meet with. Listen, I'm like, yo, we got like. You look, man. Who we got, man? Like who we got? Like, yo, okay. I want to hear the plight of black folk. So I'm going to go not meet like all these black women they can talk to, right? All these. Let's say you want to talk to a black woman.
You got Michelle Alexander you can talk to.
Man, you couldn't.
You got Dr. Joy DeGruy Leary out there you can talk to.
Motherfucker, you got Michelle Obama.
Girl, I forgot her name. She was just out there at the march when old boy got his neck crushed. What's her sister name? She's a rider too. She was at that Revolt thing. Going in with Kansas. I forgot the sister's name that quick. Oh shit. What's that sister's name, man? See
that? See, that's the problem.
Oh my god! Now I know I got her face in my head, man. I can't get her fucking name. I'm getting old. But anyway, there's other women out here they could talk to. Women who are active, women who are part of what's going on right now. And to talk to Cardi B. It's just a slap in the face. It's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful to black women.
Man, I'm like, look, man.
I'll let black women speak on that. I'm just talking about as a group.
Well, you're right. But then where the men at, right? The women don't let us lead.
But all that's happening because we're not present. You see what I'm saying? It was only a matter of time. They started talking to your women, and then the women with some time they were reputable. Now they just like fuck it. We're gonna talk to Simone Sanders and fuck it. We just go Cardi B. They even go to the next level. They just jumped from Simone Sanders down all the way down to Cardi B.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, right? It's like because they're not present, they act like what the fuck is the women supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you to get your shit together?
Just like I said earlier, like they're not gonna go get these jobs that's available. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, it's like, I want to know the price.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go for I'm not gonna go for any jobs or resources
Hell no.
that's gonna allow me to survive. No.
No.
I'm gonna wait for you to get your shit together.
Yo, let's do the interview. How much you paying? 250,000. No, I can't take that. I need a high value black man. I can't take no 250K. No, get it away.
Yeah, like listen, I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this, right? I want to know who in the Democratic Party, right, was thinking, hey, yeah, who we got to talk to? We can talk to Michelle Obama. We can talk to some other folk. You know what I'm saying? We can talk to some people that's in and out the community. Who we got to?
That's a good question. Why did he have an interview with her?
Because
she was just the last first lady. She's ADOS. She's a, you know what I mean? She's a dark skin. She represents black women to the. Why didn't he have an interview with her?
Because Michelle Obama represents success.
Class.
Yeah, listen, it's the Democratic Party. You know what's worse than a conservative racist, a liberal racist,
this
man.
chick is not even from America, man. Oh my God, man. That shit. Yeah, I saw that and I couldn't believe it. I was at work actually when I saw the clip, right? And I just sat in my chair for like 20 minutes. Like, this is fucking for real?
Look, man. And here's the crazy part, right? Hey, man, what you listening to? I'm listening to Wet Pussy. Oh shit, here go Biden and shit. Let's talk to Cardi B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like who came up with this political strategy?
This
right?
Shit is crazy, man. They're showing you what they think about you. Because if they respected our culture, if they respected the group or any level, they would never did no shit like that.
But hey, man, we got to talk about Chelsea boots. That's more important. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's more important. Like, and we got to talk about Chelsea boots.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look, man, it's almost 1:00 in the morning. I know y'all about to open up the panel. I'm gonna let y'all do that. And I'm gonna take my ass to sleep, so I can get my money tomorrow. Yeah, it was a great conversation, man. Hey, Cerulean, you know, I respect where you coming from, bro. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
No doubt.
See how you threw the cheers, and we gotta pick him up.
Nah, because you know what I mean. That brother is so valuable, man. Like that, he has a gift, man. That the way he recalls information is fucking ridiculous to me. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't remember Tamika Marley. Damn, I got her name. See, I just remembered the chick. All right. It just hit. You know what I mean? Like, they could have talked to her. But anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't have happened to Cerulean. You know? Yeah, he would have called that chick and 10 others with no problem. So, I respect the brother's mind, and I respect where he's coming from. In our society, we need all of it. We need visionaries. We need philosophers. You know what I mean? We need thought leaders. And but me, I'm a builder. I'm a grinder. And that's why I got goals next year. I'm probably not even going to be around YouTube next year because once I'm debt free and everything's paid off, I'm trying to start a business, and I'm trying to do businesses overseas, on the continent, maybe one here in Europe before I come back to the States. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get rich. You know what I mean? And I got some plans. I got some things I'm trying to do, and it's going to take focus, man, and time. And I'm like you said earlier, Dre, when certain motherfuckers, so-called high value men, they busy. You know what I mean? And we got to get shit to do. Why? Because it's a purpose. I want to be able to support the philosophers. I want to be able to support the visionaries. You know what I mean? I want to be able to support, brothers when I come back home. I want to be able to buy real estate and give niggas the nigga price. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do my part. And I'm gonna have some fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna drive a nice car. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have clean shoes. Hotep. I'm gonna have some fucking Kemet gold. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it fly, but I'm doing it with a purpose. And I just want to encourage other black men to have a purpose, man. Have a purpose. Have that drive that Cerulean talks about. You know what I mean? Have something in you, where at least you taking care of your family, a baseline, because we need stability. And we have too much instability in the black community. And that's really where all our problems come from. All that shit, everything that we got going on, whole culture, simp culture, dog culture, you know what I mean? All that shit springs out of dysfunction, which comes out of, instability, and of course we also have like Cerulean did say some real shit about the influence of society. And so we're gonna have to be vigilant about what our kids watch, what our kids see. Not just what they eat, man. So we got a lot of work to do. And all of this bullshit talk about high value men by a bunch of niggas who don't own shit is comedy to me. It's bad comedy. It's ridiculous talk. All because you want to be around the girls. All right? That's what it's all about. You want to be around them girls. All right? Just admit it. All right? That's what them carrots do. They bring the girls to the yard. And that's when you show up. And then, you want to be around talking about, yeah, tell her she got to lose weight to get me. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. Because a real motherfucker who's getting the women he want, don't ever think like that. You just getting the real there's no conversation. You know what I mean? I meet beautiful women all the time. And I don't even think like this. You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm getting what I want out of life. So if you even think like this, it means you're not getting what you want out of life. But the truth of the matter is you're just a lick. You're just a lick. And you trying to, use virtual status or even maybe real status in real life to justify why you deserve something. And the truth of the matter
is this?
Yeah. But you have on the screen? Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, everything I just said wrapped up in that. That's the right way of saying it. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous to me. Yeah, and, but it is what it is. It's gonna play out.
Hey, we're gonna need that before you leave. We're gonna need that again, man. That Hotep bitch. We're gonna need that again.
Oh man, I gotta let it simmer.
No, man. Somebody acting up in the chat. Somebody twerking in the chat.
I see.
No. You gotta look at the screen, man. Somebody twerking in the chat again.
Oh shit. Here she go. Like, all right, look, I'm gonna say this right here. Verbal, as you can see, she's a very pretty sister, right? Look at that natural face. Look at those lips. Look at that nose. But she didn't give you a straight face. She gave you the side face because she wanted to give you fucking edges. Hotep, bitch. She wanted to stun on a hoe. I got edges, bitch. That's who she is. Just want you to know that. On look closer. That might be Nigerian gold on her ear. You know what I mean? But now I was about to say. I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it. I had to catch myself. I'm about to say something else.
What? I ain't messy.
Nah, Dre, you did it again. You did it to me the other day.
Listen, I am not messy.
Yes, Dre, you are messy.
No,
Dre,
I'm not. I'm
Dre,
not messy.
Yes, you are. Man. You are
petty. I'm petty. I don't do shit. I just got this ball of crystal.
I'm gonna back off Verbal because I know he just got me started. And he's trying to get me started with you, and he's trying to get himself some love. So no,
we're gonna do this we're gonna let it go too far.
I'm not doing it.
Hey, but
because Verbal come up here and show her ass, and now I have to get in her ass, and then we're gonna go back and forth, and it's gonna be a fucking hot mess up here.
Yeah, listen. Hey, you know what? I can. Look.
see, I know it is. She gonna come up here with that bullshit, and then my ego gonna pop out. You know what I mean? And then it's gonna be a mess.
You know what? I can hear Char. I can hear Auntie Char about to beat our ass in the back chat. So we about to end the stream because we already went over. That's when shit get out of hand. Char, right? If you go on the live stream and that shit go past 2 hours and 30 minutes, that's when shit get out of pocket.
That's right, Nick. Step up in the community center in the projects. Hotep, bitch.
Hey, look,
she got the Meet Mayat fan and shit. Step in there, peace, beloved. Hey, brother. Hey, sister. And then look at that other bitch, Hotep, bitch. Yeah.
Hey, look, check this out.
You see that? You see Horace on the heels, bitch. You see Horace on the heels, bitch. You see that Moses chain, bitch.
Oh my god! Oh man, listen. Explain to me.
Oh shit!
Everybody play with me, man. Look. Yeah. Listen, man. Look.
Motherfucker, come out to the community center half naked.
Hold on. Let me let me put Cerulean up on the screen so we can give, you know, saying Cerulean. But this right here is well said. I hope y'all screenshot this, people. Take this out, man. I was going to do the show today, but since I
Bitch,
was
this fan is real pigeon feather, bitch.
Look, listen, I was going to do the show today. You know what I'm saying? So so Shano beat me up, right? So what I'm going to do, since Shano beat me up, right? All right. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm
Oh
going to go
shit!
ahead.
You see this ring? This is hawk beak, bitch.
Oh my God, no, not the hawk beak.
Oh
Listen,
my god,
I
yeah,
got
all kind of weird shit. You know what I mean?
look, I got to. All right, so we got some announcements.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Nick, the onk bag. I'm sorry, I'm in the chat room right now. She got the onk bag. Yeah,
oh man,
yeah, yeah. Shit is ridiculous, man. She
oh
got
my God.
yeah, she got the
So
Egyptian cotton lining. Look, she walk inside with the bag open. Look, bitch. Hey, beloved. Hey, beloved. Bag. Why your bag open?
oh
Hotep, bitch.
oh my God. All right, so, listen, so all right, so let me do these announcements. For so tomorrow, for y'all, tomorrow, you got GSRN. Shit, I keep saying the same thing. I fucked up. Try gonna really whip my ass now. Look, it's too early for me to be up, kind of, sort of. But look,
That's what's
no,
up.
no, no, not that. No, no, we don't talk about that right there.
Oh, that's the whole joint, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Um, we got classic R&B jams tomorrow. We have the On the Beat segment with Steam Elder DJ Music. The links to the channels and to the station is in the description. Y'all need to read, niggas, read. You know what I'm saying? Read, read. Like, you know what I'm saying? On the beat segment with our esteemed DJ Music and our esteemed Lady Shar, the Quincy Jones of Black YouTube. She done built all these high value men platforms. um, and then we have the Keep the Beat segment with Shar Willie and Classic Ruby. And then on Friday, we have Just Ask Shar. She has an open panel with her co-host Classic Ruby. And my favorite thing is the article reactions. You know, so that happens on Saturday. And then we have the backyard barbecue on Sunday on Classic R&B Jams with our esteemed brother
Hey, do you
DJ
have the
Music.
link for that radio station?
Yeah, it's in the description. I get it to you. It's in the description. So you can listen to the player and you one's link just straight to the player and the other link is to the chat room where you can drop gifts and listen and so forth and interact with everybody. So I'm going to play this clip for Shar. We're going to come back real quick with some closing thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? So I don't get accused of being messy no more. I at least got to do something, right? Hey man, this is it. All right. So I'm gonna play this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get his full screen. And this is for our esteemed ladies that's coming up. So ladies panel and things of that. CRBJ, yes. Yes, Ruby. And all links are in the description. All right. So hold on one second. All right. So let me play this right here.
Oh my god.
They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustaskChar Advice channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded.
All right. So and then we have one more, you know what I mean? One more, you know what I'm saying? One more. Um for our viewing pleasure here. You know what I'm saying? Since I got y'all attention, right? At the church they gotta get you to get another offering. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get you another offering, right? You gotta have another offering. So we're gonna We're going to show another one here. And here we go.
Hey, folks, it's your go time. It's your right time, DJ.
Yeah, turn the volume up.
Hold on 1 second.
7:30 Eastern, 6:36. Article reaction. Right here. YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to Article Reaction.
All right, so I messed that up because I was supposed to put that together for the show today, but I'm gonna put it together and stuff like that. So we've been up here a little bit longer than normal and usually what I do. But this was Jshine's idea. He woke me up at 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
I did not. Lies. Lies. My Tamar Braxton voice. Lies.
Yeah, this is lies. So we got any final thoughts, y'all? Any final thoughts? Any no, you know? Okay.
Nah, I mean, look, man, brothers, and strive to be, men of value. Strive to be, your goal one day should be to be a father. You know what I mean? And to be a father, it means you should be in a position to take care of you and yours. That's all. You know what I mean? So that's your value to the community, and also, be of mind to start working with other black men. And not men you like. Stop the fanboy shit. Just start doing business. All right? Start doing business. Show respect. Take care of your business. Handle your business. And that's it, man. So, like I always say, man, life is business. Business is life and life is business. So handle yours. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say, man. A valuable man is a man who can produce and protect. So, y'all go ahead and go to these YouTube churches and and entertain yourselves.
Exactly.
I believe the children are the future.
Treat them well and let them lead the way.
Teach them
Show
well.
them all beauty every side.
They possess pride. Give them his pride.
This pride.
Sins of pride.
Look, it's reality. The high value man argument is a bunch of bullshit that is used to kind of lure women into a sense of vulnerability, so that they can milk their pocketbooks.
Yeah,
that's really all it is. Yeah. Other than that, the high value man argument has no value.
Damn.
It's a valueless argument because one, society determines your value. Mm-hmm. Society will determine your value or your worthlessness. And so, with that being said, you who are the true nobles of society, salute to the nation. Eba Noblesse. Long live the black nobility.
All right, y'all. You know how I do it, man. Okay, we don't negotiate with terrorists. All right, salute to the mods. Pyong pyong. Everybody that came through, thank you very much. No one's going to beg you to be great, but we will hold your ass accountable. All right, we out, y'all. Have a nice one. Good evening, good morning, good night.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods.
Hotep.
Read.